Hello.
And on that peculiar note, hello, future.
Greetings from the past.
Alright, so last session we finally came down to Astos and experienced the advertisement-filled hell of corporate-dominated city and government. Investigated around a little bit for Nia Voss's sister, while discovering some unsettling ads that seemed at first blush extremely targeted towards Das, and upon further analysis look even more targeted towards Das.
Oh no, things got. Oh my god.
You bought a significant amount of data, significantly intrusive data from a data broker at, for you, a fairly low cost, for any normal person, exorbitant amount. Like, you basically spent $50,000, the equivalent of, to get this data.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
Well, I mean, if you got that kind of money rolling around, then no, it's not.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yes.
Why is my mute button working?
You're doing that thing where you make weird noises with your mouth again.
No, my mute button on my microphone is genuinely not working. I'm mad about it. What the fuck? I'll figure it out later.
Oh no, how terrible! Oh no, how terrible! We get to hear you talking.
Once you'd analyzed that data, you had a very good, you could paint a very clear picture of where Nia's sister, Luna, works, lives, sleeps, where she has her damn coffee, and where she sits. Well, actually, I guess the where she sits was more from the observation. Oh yeah, you stalked her for a day, putting even more of this information together to know where she sits when she has her coffee.
Normal stuff when you're trying to make friends.
Yeah,
Normal stuff.
Eventually did approach her and kind of ease her into a confrontation with the idea that she is in danger. She initially assumed it was her sister that was in danger and was reluctant to give too much detail, but you passed that barrier and pretty much secured her cooperation. Unless you do anything completely outrageous at this point, you've got her. She's there with you. And while this was going on, Percy and Siri went and helped the homeless with mostly with their addiction issues. And spent enough time out there that Siri actually needed to go back to the ship and resupply, or to buy things on planet and resupply. But either way, Siri needed to resupply. And while Percy tried to approach some fairly sensitive subjects of Mercure Core and doing biological experiments, wasn't able to gain enough trust with anyone, despite Siri's help there, to actually get anything from these homeless folks. And I believe that's it. Give me just 1 second here. Yeah. Anything that I missed, or any highlights from the session?
We discussed the weird advert with Das, Percy, and Siri were back up on the ship with, I think Doug was the only one still there, and we discussed whether we should actually send someone down to spring the trap. And Das was in that sort of, this is a terrible idea, I kind of want to do it mood.
Yes. There is that to be decided, and let's go ahead and bring us into frame here. We're on the sessions without near party wipeouts screen. It's no longer the ready screen. It's the sessions without near party wipe screen. Have you made your updates?
Oh, not yet. While I'm doing that, I can't help
I
but
think we
notice.
maybe missed one.
Yeah, I think we did miss one last time.
We are
Yeah,
on
'cause it was
session
end of-
36.
It was end of 2 that was the thing.
Yes, we
Okay.
should. This should be 33.5, right?
So it should be 33.5 at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. However, it does occur to me that we are not the only ones that need to make some updates. Dix,
Oh,
consider who's that on the top left?
Yeah, at top left.
Well,
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dix, I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
You can't just sweep all your problems under the rug.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. Leave Squiggle. Yeah, I'm not actually that anarchic.
Would you like me to put you back on the map on that screen?
It's fine. It's fine.
That's what you get for criticizing me. No, I'm kidding. You make a good point, and I'll fix that later.
Sure.
Some point in the future.
Just remind future decks.
Hi, future Dex. Remember to fix the screen.
So there is I'm gonna bring. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I'm going to bring Siri and Percy out of the away team box because they're currently up on the ship and kind of in between away team and lab. I believe Percy and Das were having a conversation. Do you guys want to continue that straight up?
I'm gonna say no on account of I don't remember what point we left the conversation off on.
Yeah,
Can you
likewise.
remember? Okay, good.
Well, it had gotten to a point of Percy saying that the decision is Das's, but he'll go with her, and I believe there was some question or assertion. I don't remember which came first, but Percy said that he would protect her.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I know you probably assume it at this point, but
Oh yeah, but I mean, it was just it was said out loud as a comforting thing, not as a thing that needed to be said, but for comfort.
No, this is me following up as Percy. Like, I know you probably assume it at this point, but like, I'm probably the equal of at least several of the rank and file thugs who would thought as at first. And if they do start with something more serious, well, I can buy you time to get away, can't I? Because
it's worth it for that. No.
Let's be honest. Realistically, how many incredibly good-looking crackshot hired guns are there in this sector versus how many genius programmers there are with some sort of weird connection to Mercure Corp? I think there's. I wouldn't be saying this if I thought there was a decent chance that something would happen to. Yes, Ellie, I did. No, I said incredibly actually. Yeah, I wouldn't be saying that I think we should strongly consider going for this if I thought there was a decent chance that something that either of us would die or any of us would die really. Like I keep saying, no reason not to be clever about it, but like it feels like we've been on the back foot in reacting so far, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of reacting, and yeah, you'd be surprised at how much that you can learn from springing a trap to see how it springs, what it's done with. Alternatively, we don't know if it needs to be you in particular, does it? Like, they're looking for genetic profiling and shit. We have a doctor who's good at genetics. We could ask her if there's anything possible on that front. I don't know. Percy sort of shrugs. It's up to you.
like that even less.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to be in the same headspace as you because normally I'd be the one fighting maybe whatever problem it was. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's. I don't know. I feel like there's a time and a place to go
Hmm.
proactive, and maybe this just isn't it.
Hmm.
I think it is.
Mm.
I don't. I'm discount. Does bringing a trap count as proactive though?
Oh wait, okay, I didn't see you there. I think it's a matter of like falling into a trap versus intentionally setting off a trap to learn something from it.
Hmm.
Because like when you fall into it, you can't do stuff in advance to help you prepare for it. You know.
Mm.
I mean, regardless, I think ultimately it's up to Das.
Of course, of course.
Is this in the lab where Kawana and Acid and Riley were all helping also?
I don't remember.
Or would Percy and Das wanted to? Would they have wanted to talk somewhere else?
Oh, I feel like I don't think it would have needed to be something that's like particularly private. Like I'm not going to take her off to the side to say, "Yo,
Okay.
be careful," but I think we should consider this. You know?
Okay. Then Acid contributes that yes,
Oh fuck.
springing a trap is proactive and puts the forces that set the trap in a false sense of ease and comfort.
See, I hadn't even thought about the full sense of security thing, but that's super true actually.
Hmm.
They assume the plan has gone to plan.
And also, if they're really looking for your DNA, and that gets changed up a little, as in the expression of the DNA, so the core DNA would remain the same. Percy, for example, could be the one that gets gets picked up by the scanners instead of you, which is a little bit safer.
Mm,
But it does take you out the possible things to learn.
yeah, normally I'd be on board, but I feel like look at her, Percy gestures to Das, and then look at me, and he gestures to his own shoulders.
Riley just kind of smiles and goes, "This can be changed."
Oh.
Curses are such fickle things sometimes. Although, yeah, you're right. The difference in build would be hard to overcome. But hey, they don't know that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Do any of the Das projections get larger?
No. I was gonna say, if those images or anything, then they probably do know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what if they don't know? Maybe Das has had genetic surgery.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
something.
Surgery.
I mean, it's
Or
possible that
older.
it's possible that Das is about to get genetic surgery.
Yes, that's the solution. We need to make Das look like Percy. And then they'll believe it.
Yeah, just confuse the fuck out all of them.
Mm.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Out of character, if you can't blind them with your brilliance, baffle them with your bullshit.
You heard that? No, you didn't.
All right. It sounds like there's still a bit of an uncertainty about it, and you guys
Yeah, that seems fair.
had talked about waiting until after the Luna and Nia situation, anyways.
Yes.
Right, yeah, because we would probably need to this is more likely to make us need to haul ass off the planet than the shadow situation.
Yeah.
Which now that I say it, that I'm not sure I believe that, but sure, let's go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think if we give Mercure a scan that says Das is here,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to put a timer on us leaving.
Yep, very possible.
Exactly, yeah.
So we should be ready to leave by the time we start that timer, because we don't know how long it's going to run.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna move you over to a blank grid.
Yeah.
The blank grid.
Welcome to the blank grid, everyone.
Not as cool as the gridless grid.
Also known as a gridless grid, indeed.
Oh no. I said not as cool as, but that works.
Oh no, this is definitely a gridless grid.
Really? Then what are those lines in a sort of grid shape pattern that I can see on it? Obviously not a grid, so what?
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear the words, I'm sorry.
I said I can see lines in a pattern somewhat like a grid, but if it's not a grid, I'm curious as to what they are.
Well, it's gridless because it's not because he doesn't use the enforced grid. So
Yeah.
you can place yourself anywhere. You don't. It doesn't snap you anywhere.
I see.
That's why it's a gridless grid. So visually it has a grid, but mechanically there's no grid.
I see.
I personally
very
like
clever.
the lines just because they help separate spaces. I just don't like the snapping. That's what it is.
The grid is illusory.
Exactly.
Grid.
Alright, so you are looking at who is going to be with Luna and who is going to be dealing with the nest egg. You also still need to decide what you're going to do with the nest egg.
Doing with yeah, that is a question, isn't it? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Luna does not seem particularly willing to have her life uprooted, and nor does she seem to believe us when we say that it's necessary. So I think, like, helping Shadow, getting her and Shadow away from that group and letting them go on the run is probably not a good idea. Which is kind of awkward because that kind of was our idea before. or rather, it was kind of my idea and I didn't hear anything better, really.
Now, I don't know if she's unwilling to. She hasn't. Oh, god damn it, roll 20.
Yeah.
We haven't broached the subject.
We really haven't
Yeah.
broached the subject,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to let Shadow be the one to make that convincing argument.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anybody's going to convince her, it would be Shadow.
Yeah, that is true. But then that would require us, to be in contact with Shadow somehow. Which, how?
That's what we're doing. Like, as far as I was aware, the plan was to have Luna take a day off and do safe room type shenanigans while the rest of us got into contact with Shadow.
Right, except how do we do that?
Isn't Shadow on a ship that we can just contact?
Can we just contact them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can heal the nest egg.
Technically.
Huh. Okay. Well, with that said, I do think. Where do we think a fight is more likely to break out? With Luna when we start poking around the ship, or on the ship when we start poking around on it?
Ship.
I think Noct answered ship.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm in the ship box.
Okay.
Let me see if there's any explosions. I'd rather be on the nest egg than on the planet or near Luna.
Okay. And just for additional information, you do know that the nest egg is in formation with the Savvy Fair,
Mm-hmm.
which you recognize as a Vital Sec security ship. Vital Sec just being like mercenary company, basically. A mercenary company large enough to have multiple ships and people working under them. They're so close to becoming a corporation.
And what are corporations if not just, corporate
Targets.
mercenaries?
Oh,
Targets.
Yeah, that too.
That's it. Both good.
I mean, you have seen how we've treated every corporation we've come across so far, right? Disdain at best, large-scale terrorism at worst.
Pretty much, yeah.
Honestly, I'm still not convinced that we don't set this planet on fire before we leave.
I mean, we just need to set a very small pot on fire for that to work. So, like legally speaking, we can just light a fire on the ground somewhere. Technically, we've set the planet on fire.
I'm still not convinced we don't need to set this entire planet on fire before we leave.
Yeah, but that'd be harder.
I don't think we can. I don't think there's enough flammable material.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
kind of
think
a
so.
concrete wasteland.
I don't think so either, but let me dream, okay?
Does concrete.
I just want to light a flame in your heart.
No.
The flammable material that you did set on fire is very quickly going to get put out by the billowing sand.
Right, yes, and that is, yeah.
I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's not quite that bad, but
Yeah.
if you break certain structural supports in the sand wall, oh yeah, you'll put the fire out real fast.
Drown the rest of the place?
Yes.
Yes,
like a
solution worse than the problem. We love it.
All right, so Riley wants to go down to the planet and help Tail or help protect Luna. It sounds like.
Well, the idea is more kind of giving her. Is that a good idea? Now I'm thinking about it.
What's your idea? Is it the date idea again?
I'm just gonna put myself there.
I'm not shooting it down. I just want to know what the plan is.
So I mean, Riley can make herself look different without any moral scruples about it. Which means, throw away a weighable face isn't a horrible idea.
How difficult would it be to acquire a secure safe room?
Well, none of you have been here a week, so I won't even ask about the connected focus. It's made more difficult by the fact that none of you are from Astos. Asta can certainly
I was going to say,
try.
if only we had a native.
Her background actually is appropriate for it, having been a anti-perimeter protester. So the difficulty is going to be. It's going to be a difficult check in Stars Without Number scale. So probably a 10, made possible by Asta, and it would be one of you guys making a connect, spending some time and making a connect or sneak skill check to make the right connections or associations and find one. So it is an option. Unfortunately, Luna is does not have a background suited for really knowing anything about safe rooms except what she's seen in holobids.
Yeah, which is obviously not entirely realistic.
Yeah, and it doesn't tell her where any might be.
Yeah. Do you remember
either that or trying to find some kind of hotel for a day?
I was going to say, as a last-ditch option, we slap a blindfold on her and bring her to the Maza.
I mean, yeah, that's
Oh
that's just possible.
Sound like kidnapping again.
Eh,
The cargo lighter is just a safe room.
yeah, that's true. That's actually a really good idea. We should do that.
Okay.
Anyway, any objections to sticking in the cargo later?
I mean, we have perfectly good cryosleep caskets.
That's also kind of kidnapping.
Did you say privacy caskets?
Fine. It's legal if she gets in it herself.
Question. Probably.
Free will.
I don't know how free is your will, and people are saying, okay, so your sister's in trouble, you should really, really get in this casket so you stay safe. How free is that will?
Technically, very free. But we're not here to discuss that.
Yeah, when the doctor says technically in that tone of voice, I think that means no.
Where are we?
All right.
Actually.
That's what I've heard so far. Is take her to the cargo lighter.
Yeah. Are we able to get information to the cargo lighter securely? I'll say from the ship.
From the ship? No, you're technically. I shouldn't have been allowing Riley to communicate with Siri, but I did want to let Ellie participate.
Okay.
And so that was over the comm grid, but you guys didn't say anything, so I didn't fuss over it. No, you don't have. Orbit is too high for you to communicate with the ship right now.
Okay.
Really? So how insecure is the comm grid? I mean, is it essentially, basically, the government can basically hear whatever they want?
I've seen sea more water.
Like, can just pretty much anyone pick up anything from it, or only anyone that's got access to, like, the back end of the comm grid? Because we're not really working against the government. Yeah, they may not like what we're doing and may still act on it, but I just want to be clear who would be able to listen in.
Yeah,
but if the government does it, that means that people can pay the government for it.
Maybe.
That's true.
And this is a huge slaver operation.
Huge?
Decent size, I'd say, from my, limited exposure.
So to answer the question, I would ask for a relevant skill check of.
We're not probably everything. Yeah, we want to be extra cautious anyways, so we'll just assume that the people that we don't want hearing it would hear it.
Yeah, you're fairly certain, even without a skill check, based just on the data that you bought, that you can probably. Now, I will point out
there's a good chance they would be able to hear, be able to listen in.
Yeah, I will point out that there wasn't any actual conversations, like there weren't transcripts of Luna's conversations in the data that you got. But
so what you're saying?
That the conversation happened.
Yeah,
so
there were timestamps and destinations and all that.
Yeah, so what you're saying is a chance that we're already on record talking to her about this.
You haven't communicated with her over the comm grid yet.
Let's not do that.
You guys have been very careful so far in not utilizing the comm grid for anything that could connect you.
What can I say? We're a generally careful bunch.
Yes, you are.
What's the trope again? There's old soldiers and there's bold soldiers, but there's no old bold soldiers.
Comm server, that's why it's not coming up. I know I had typed something about how I feel about comm servers. Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
I know it's come up before.
Okay, so unless we have other ideas, we're putting Luna on the cargo lighter, while Percy and Douglas and others ? Probably not actually. Sit with her. Percy, Douglas, go to the nest egg. Others probably sit with Luna. I somehow doubt that Das is going to want to come with us.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, how'd you guess that?
Lucky
Although
guess.
I do think it'd be really funny if Das got like some tattoos or something, and we could play up the sort of like the creepy child vibe. Look, we are hardened space mercenaries. We're hanging around with this kid. There's a fucking reason for it.
This kid here's the scariest one of us.
Yeah, like all I'm going to do is shoot you. She is going to make the suffering last.
It'll be funny.
I think it's funnier that way if Das looks like completely
Yeah.
innocent though,
Yeah, that's true.
and
I
just
suppose.
is still the scariest one.
I suppose. Yeah.
And her special tricks are tied to her looks in some way, so go changing that too much. Adding tattoos.
True. Never mind. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he might ruin her unique gift. I'm just a kid. Serial killer tattoos all over the face. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I suppose there aren't really any tattoos that stop her from being menacing. No, I don't suppose there are any tattoos that make her that don't make her menacing. Well, no. This sentence is difficult. There are any tattoos that give the right kind of effect.
Just like the sailor mom tattoo.
Yeah, so Percy and Doug on the nest egg team, everyone else on either the lunar ship or coordinating at the Vaza. I'm not hearing any disagreement. That's good enough for me.
Yep.
So just Percy and Doug on the nest egg team. Do you want to take any NPCs with
Looks
you?
like.
Probably should.
I was going to say, do we want to take NPCs with this? See, the one NPC that would be nice to have here is also the one whose wishes we cannot, like, go against when she's saying, do not let me out of the fucking ship on this planet.
She's saying don't take her down to the planet.
I feel like taking her to a ship that's in near orbit, near the planet, is like, that's getting pedantic about it, you know?
I will say she doesn't. Because remember, it's the perimeter that are on the planet that she's concerned about. There's unlikely to actually be perimeter on the ship unless perimeter is involved in the slave trading, which is also unlikely, even on this planet.
See, you're saying all this is unlikely. Does anyone else get the feeling that he has a version of this event where perimeter is? Yeah, I'm just waiting to fire. Or is it just me?
I think we just go with whatever they were saying.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's an idea. I think, actually, you know what? I'll do it as a little RP scene with Libra. Do we have any other NPCs we want to ask?
We don't really have very many guards, do we? We need more red shirts.
You don't. You've got Asta and
One red shirt.
one red shirt and Kamikura.
Yeah.
Who doesn't seem to have a picture
Portrait.
posted for some reason.
Yeah.
Fix that. She's got a token.
Yeah, and we kind of want Asta to stay planet side as well, don't we? Because she's like a native, and also to get a bit more muscle on the Luna team, so it's not just
Or Kana.
Yeah.
I have
Kana.
a unique restriction in that I can only move 3 people along with myself, and Luna is one of those people. And I would really like it if Asta was one of the other people. So
absolutely fine.
At most, I think Team Luna can support 1 additional person.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, then, do you also want to take Kamikura?
I don't know. How are we approaching the nest egg now? We're just gonna talk to him first.
Excellent question. I have no idea. I was hoping you would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Oh fuck.
I'm not sure how much I can guide on this one, but
Yeah, no, that's. I'm just seeing if anyone else has any idea.
but let me
so
let me
we
at least
want-
put out
Sure.
it will be easy to hail. You know where the nest egg is. You can easily hail the nest egg and have a conversation with whoever is piloting the helm. Sneaking up will be more difficult because you don't have any kind of shuttle. Cargo lighter
Yeah.
would not allow you to sneak up on them, even if you recall it.
Yeah, it's
And
not
the
very.
Raza's not exactly going to sneak up on him either.
The process is not going to sneak up on them.
Yeah, the only stealth that we ever did was showing up unexpectedly.
Any kind of EVA, because you only have the Raza, is going to involve more than 10,000 kilometers of spacewalk.
Which is not ideal, yes.
So those options aren't really viable.
So basically, don't piss them off or get ready for a big fight.
The other option that I would say is possible for you is there's no
you catch
shortage of shuttle rentals. And you know what they're here for. You know what they're doing here. You could also try and investigate exactly when and where they're doing it. So that is the end of GM guidance to help push you along in your planning.
Yeah. So, wacky thought, right? But like this just wandered into my mind when I was thinking about what can we do that would let us talk to the pilot and then leave fairly surreptitiously. And I'm thinking, do we pretend to be fanboys? She's some kind of legendary pilot, right?
She is legendary for her ability to not be found.
Yeah, that's
Probably like in certain circles.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, we don't have bad ideas at this point. We just have ideas, you know.
And I'm not even calling that a bad idea. I just want to remind you of that certain little detail.
Yeah. No, I'm aware of that certain little detail. Thank you for reminding me, but I'm aware of it.
You're welcome. Alright, there we go.
Like, say we do wind up there. Getting there isn't going to be a difficult part. How do we talk to the pilot specifically alone and then leave as quickly as possible?
And then somehow leave with the pilot, right?
I don't. Do we need to leave with her, or do we just need to let her know? Yo, by the way,
that's true. She's good at getting away.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we need to leave with her?
So we just need to drop her the hint that that her sister is safe.
Yeah. Clear out.
Right. Duh. That's the only reason she's there. Okay. Duh.
Yeah. Or even just, hey, we're happy with your sister. We think you can help. We think you can help us, and we can help you. Come talk.
Yeah, so all we gotta do is all we gotta do is talk to her and basically set up a meeting location. Assuming we get her to trust us that her sister's safe.
Yeah. So we don't need to get out with her. We just need to get the message across and then get out ourselves without arousing suspicion. So how do we do that? Is the question.
How many other mercenaries are in the area?
Well, there's quite a few. There are a lot of mercenary escort ships for various other ships that are doing business with Astos. Piracy is still a real thing out in the sector. It's dwindling a little bit now that the corporations aren't spending quite as much of their focus on hunting down the Raza.
But what you're saying is that we were promoting a pirate-rich anti-megacorp environment.
Yes, you were.
Yo, I have a thought. Nah, jokes aside.
I'm asking because is it possible that we have more firepower on our side just if we try leaving and they suddenly attack us with the information?
How do you mean if you try leaving and they attack you with the information? What information?
If we do manage to piss off the people that are in charge, and they initiate some kind of attack, will there be? Is it likely that people will try and stop the space combat by the planet, or are we basically on our own?
So basically, let me ask if this is a correct summation. If you piss off the Astos government enough that they decide that they want to attack or arrest you, will any of the mercenaries help you?
Not the Astos government, the specific ship that we're
Okay.
contacting.
The specific ship? Unlikely that anyone else would get involved.
Okay.
Galactic
so
Mandate?
Us, them, and the mercenary ship.
Might, but even that's not terribly likely. The biggest risk you would face with that is drawing attention and people saying, "Oh, hey, that's the Raza."
Yeah, that as a thought, isn't it?
Anytime you've got somebody looking closely at you, that's a risk. Right now, you can hover and float around space fairly freely because you don't have your Drive 6 yet.
Yeah. But the Rattling Zaba, a legally distinct original character, do not steal. Original ship, do not steal. Please don't steal a ship.
Exactly.
Got stolen already.
No, nobody has any reason to look any closer at that because you've got all of your ducks in a row. So yeah, no, nobody would get involved. Galactic Mandate would have some kind of a conversation with the Astos government about who's got jurisdiction. That's going to take some time to resolve. It may still result in Galactic Mandate coming over to investigate, or any other entity coming over to investigate. And that's the biggest risk that you face, is being identified.
Okay.
Okay. Doug's put an idea in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, Meowkin has. Doug didn't type into our chat.
Well, Doug did too.
Yeah.
So that's my current line of thought is coded. If Luna can give us something that only they would know as sisters, you get a coded message to Nia to let her know that Luna is safe, because that would also help. That would also help convince Nia that we're telling the truth. That
Yeah, that we're legit. Yeah. That's actually a really, really solid idea. Wait, Dex, question. Who would it be that answers incoming hails or messages on a ship? Would it be the pilot or would it be a comms officer?
On larger ships, it will be the comms officer, but I mean, even on the Raza, it's usually Natario until you got Kana, and now it's usually going to be Kana unless Kana wants somebody else to. I should say on military ships that are larger, it'll probably usually be a comms officer.
Yeah.
On the smaller military ships, it will be the captain. On everything else, it's going to be the pilot.
Yeah. No, it's probably not reliable enough for us to get away with not stepping on the nest egg at all. But just consider for a moment, if you will. Okay, either you're considering very quietly, or I didn't make clear enough what I'm thinking.
No, I think we were all waiting for you to continue, because that sounded like a statement that had more coming.
Can we spoof where the call is coming from?
Can you what?
What spoof?
Real quick, Ellie, what was that?
Can we spoof where can we pretend the call is coming from? Can we VPN where a call is coming from?
If you put somebody
physically call from the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you put somebody on a planet to set up a relay, yes, you could. Or as Malcolm just said, you could just call from the ground.
And we're just trying to pass along a coded message. That's its own encryption right there.
Yeah, what I was thinking was can we hail them with some sort of message that seems innocuous, but can we wiggle in some sort of details that Luna would know that would make Nia go, wait, hold up a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to convey. Yeah.
We could pretend it's bad. We could,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we could
an
add
ad would make perfect sense coming
pretend
from the
it's an ad.
planet, right?
Ellie said that like 3 times and I haven't heard any of them. I'm sorry, Ellie, continue.
We're on ad planet. We could pretend it's an ad.
Yeah, and that's what Meowkun was agreeing
your-
to. Is yeah,
just-
absolutely
Is
it
your
makes sense.
sister being held hostage?
Yeah.
Security cooperation.
No, you know, we should make it something even bigger because, like, Luna, right?
Yeah.
Is your moon on house arrest? No? Okay.
Is your moon on house arrest? I was slow. It took me a second.
It's a mood be put on house arrest.
Good, Renee have no chance. Possibly including Shadow.
I'd like to think we can do. I'd like to think we can do better in the coded message, but that's
Yeah.
the sort of thing that's that requires more intelligence than I have.
Is your moon on lockdown? Do you wish it was free roam once again? Now with
You do have
Alternatively,
a production person.
alternatively, we do have a production person. Alternatively, if we don't want to make it too obvious, we can hit them with several messages that are like not anything as obvious as the advert for Das, but enough with little hints that Nia goes, "What the fuck is it? Why do these all sound like they're talking about a sister?"
So I'm going to throw some things in here. You know that
Mhm.
Nia is a very competent person. Your characters don't know that she has a +5 skill bonus, but your characters got the sense from the mercenaries that she is very skilled at what she does. She is very competent person. So if being ahead of things and being elusive and knowing when to get the fuck out of Dodge is her thing, then coded messages are probably in her wheelhouse. She'll get her skill bonus to decipher anything. It's entirely possible you've got enough of Luna's trust that you probably could get some kind of coded catchphrase. You have Vicky that can put together something that at least resembles the varied quality of ads on Astos, and you could either beam it directly, which would look suspicious, or you could send a programming expert down to cycle a planted ad in with the ads that the ships are already being bombarded with. Additional detail is required. Your ship is receiving ads as you orbit.
It's just easier to ignore them on the ship because
because your pilot just clicks no.
they can't just put a hologram in front of our face.
Right.
Yeah, which is why we would probably need to lead off with something that's like it looks like just some sort of generic ad or generic scenario, but it's something that is very blatantly from Nia and Luna's past.
Basically, just take a look at a Mercure course. Literally, basically,
you're right. Yeah, shit, you're right. I mean, their traps almost worked on us, and we're not actually trying to spring a trap, so. Like, when they manipulate you with the intent of improving your scenario, it's called being a friend.
Well, that's what Mercure is trying to do. Why are you so suspicious of them?
So basically, some that's eye catching, like like I said, seeing a very similar figure to Das and a very similar scene from Das's background.
Yeah. How badly do you think Shadow would freak out if she had an advert that got her sister in it, had her sister in it for something that was nothing to do with what her sister does? How badly do you think she would freak out?
Depends on what it is. I don't know. How are her likeness copyright issues like on Astos?
Oh, they're terrible. They're terrible as in they can be enforced, and they're terrible as in it's almost impossible to enforce. It basically comes down to how big of a corporation you are.
So
It's basically it's the worst of both worlds.
Yes.
That is exactly what I expected. Well done.
If your likeness is being used against your permission, too bad. But if you try to use something that the corporation owns, ooh, you're in trouble. Like your own likeness. Wonder how do people get in trouble with the law because it's like, oh, you stole that likeness from us, the corporation.
No. And it's even worse because technically Perimeter is supposed to police that kind of thing. They are there for they're the anti-corporate police, but they really only deal with violence.
It's called bribery.
No, it's not even bribery. Perimeter basically turns a blind eye to anything that isn't corporate on civilian violence. Civilians shooting each other to sheep, whatever, it's cool.
Yeah, in case it's not clear, Perimeter kind of suck.
Oh, I take it back. Perimeter will also get involved in corporate on corporate violence.
Ooh, corporate on corporate violence. We like some of that. Can we watch?
This is not a porn channel.
I know.
Sorry.
I didn't think you were implying anything other than corporate on corporate violence. It's just also quite exciting.
It's like the fight ticket, you know, for like a UFC fight. You know, you get the pay-per-view.
All right. Is that what you want to do though? Is to create an ad?
It sounds like the most solid option we have, really.
I think there's nothing to be lost by trying it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We've lost nothing apart from maybe getting Nia a little bit suspicious.
Okay.
And at that point, we just try something different, and she's already aware there's some sort of game afoot.
Let's give you another box for the plan. Because I don't need it detailed excruciatingly. I want some steps.
Okay.
Well, we need to get Luna's likeness.
We need to get some info from Luna. We need to make some ads. We need to get somebody down on the planet who has an expertise in computing and stuff to shoot them.
If only we had some kind of programmer who has a reason to go down there anyway.
Yeah. If only we had one of those.
Can you
That's
imagine?
amazing.
The way we'd find one.
Das goes down, obviously. My subtleties aside.
Yeah.
Do we need to put in a way for her to like contact us or something? I mean, I'm sure she can find her. She's been here longer than us.
I think we could probably say, you know what? Luna has an address that she gets an email from Nia every few months on to say that she's okay, right?
Well, she can have clarified that. She doesn't actually get a message. She was being cagey with her language. Having gained more of her trust after that, the message really is just she gets money.
Okay.
She conveys messages to the exact amount of money.
Okay.
That's a nice thought, but it's not even an exact amount of money. She just knows that when she gets anonymous money, Nia's been around and thinking of her.
Okay.
Or yeah, Nia.
Okay. Yeah.
Nia.
You're worried that you'd made a joke about Luna and her sister Luna there, weren't you? Or not a joke, just a mistake. Okay, so that rules out the plan of sending that shady ass advert and then Luna saying, "Hey, any idea when you're getting back to visit?" That rules that idea out. Okay, so what is our next step after we send some sort of advert going, "Hey, we're with your sister, talk"? What is our next step after that? Like, do we need to fight off the nest egg? Because we will still need, if she wants to, we will need Nia to convince Luna to go on the run, and even then they're going on the run, which is not a great position to leave them in, you know?
Well, the ideal is that Luna doesn't need to go on the run.
Jackal did explicitly say that the least position is preferring Luna not go on the run also. Sorry, Meow.
Yeah, I think we all prefer that, but at the same time, I think
it would be easier for us.
Keep in mind, it's not just Luna that is Nia's family on Astos. Her mom and dad were also here.
Oh, right.
Oh,
right.
So faking
I don't think that's ever come up, so that's why I didn't think of it.
Yeah, because the parents aren't directly being threatened, but that's why I mentioned the faking, trying to like fake Nia's death somehow. But
Right, right.
that's a complicated because basically, otherwise, presumably she'd still work because we weren't doing like constant bodyguard over her family.
Yeah. Yeah, so the options are basically fake Nia's death, destroy the fucking nest egg, bring her whole family with us on the Vaza, or miss the other options.
Call this something, but I'm not sure that saving the parents is necessary.
Weird when you say it that way, but I know what you mean.
But no, I think I kind of know what you mean, because like they would be
I don't know how to phrase it, but like the hook is that her sister is in trouble. If the hook was that her family was in trouble, the hook would be that her family is in trouble.
Exactly, yeah. So are they targeting her sister because she's the one that she cares most about, or because she's the only one that she cares about? She could be estranged from her parents for all we know. Oh, that'd be funny. Imagine if we brought the whole family along and it turns out they hate each other. Imagine.
Don't worry, we have an airlock.
They only get along within like a certain proximity of each other. Like like being a certain distance.
We might actually be able to get information on that inside the packet. How often does Luna contact her parents?
That's a great question. She doesn't.
Interesting.
Oh, hey, you said Luna. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's very. Hang on. So it's infrequent. It's not as common. It's not as frequent as some people do, like every day. Let's just put a scale on it and say like every 1 to 2 weeks. There's contact, but it's not like the mother-daughter chat, voice chat every day. Well, I guess you got a freebie there. Nia doesn't contact her parents.
That doesn't surprise me. She doesn't contact the sister that's being used to blackmail her.
Yeah. She's closer to her sister than her parents.
Yeah.
I started typing it when we were talking, but I've had an interesting realization. Yeah, like if anybody, remember there was sort of a case for them being slavers, but not like enough concrete information to make it stick. If anyone's going to know where the skeletons are buried, it's the person who was carrying the shovel. Like, you can just go, yeah, that group of people that showed up there is like, just leave an anonymous data packet if they're like, yeah, that group of people that showed up there, they brought them. That group of people there, they brought them. We also like this bunch. They also sold this bunch of people to this group here, this one there, etc.
That is definitely something you could use with Galactic Mandate.
Yeah, and then we don't even need to get into a gunfight with an nest egg. We can, and I do feel a little bit dirty saying this, but we can get the proper authorities to take care of it for us.
You should feel dirty saying that. Shame on you.
I do, but I'm always kind of a deviant, so. Moving swiftly along.
Terms with it.
Moving swiftly along. But yeah, I do think that, like, with that in mind, I've realised that we don't really need to worry about a long term. Like, we probably could keep them on the Vaza, actually. We don't really need to worry, or do we really need to worry, rather, about a long term plan for dealing with the nest egg if we don't blow them out the sky? I don't think we do. I think that, especially with Das's help, Nia can probably like. I know long range hacking isn't a thing, but you know what? Hell, if Nia's on side, could even just like go, hey, yeah, I found these couple of guys who think they might be interested in joining up. Me and Doug go do the tour, and then while we're doing that, Das, who is good at stealth and innocuous, right?
Mm.
Like, I'm not volunteering you for a stealth mission to hack into their systems and get the ledger of the slave trades that they've done, but I'm floating it as a possibility
Mm.
with us running interference and/or shooting anyone that finds you.
Mm.
But that does bring us back into the problem of physically being on the nest egg.
Yeah.
We can ask Nia about whether she knows enough, like whether she thinks she has enough concrete information to get action against them like that. We can ask her about that if we manage to meet her. But that runs us back
I guess we need to find a way to get in contact with her, and I think still reaching her through the ad is still a way to do that.
Let's
Oh, yeah,
go,
that-
let's go
yeah,
ahead and
that- that's
proceed with that. I think that we've been talking and
Yeah, that's
planning
great.
for a bit. Let's go ahead and
I
proceed.
think we said on the ad at least to get in touch with Nia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dix. Yes, I think we'll set on that as a lead, yeah.
So I'm gonna put Vicky over in the Raza box because I'm going to want. I'm also, I'm also gonna put. Well, I'm just gonna let Elisa's skill check succeed. To get a good coded message.
Yay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Release is the best.
She already rolled high, and I already said that you have Luna's trust enough to get it. The only thing I was going to roll to see what the difficulty for Nia to interpret would be, and I'm going to set that at a quick and simple 8, only because she might just click off the ad. There's that, like, 1 in 36 chance that she does that.
Yep.
At that point. Sorry, slightly more than 1 in 36 chance. She could roll a 3, and nope, that still makes the 8. Yep, 1 in 36. So, someone roll a difficulty 8 check with Vicky. She is proficient.
I must admit to having kind of a bad feeling. I'm going to do it anyway.
All this determines is how suspicious it looks to.
Nailed it! See, I spoke it into existence.
You did. All
I
right.
spoke it into existence. Take notes.
Find Nia. Where did I put Nia? Oh, there she is. All right. I just named her Shadow, apparently.
That's fair. That's fair.
It does seem fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my last character did.
Oh my gosh. I saw the
Yeah,
one
Saw
first.
the one.
Hey!
Okay. And I realized that I skipped over a part. Were you trying to cycle this into the rotation, which would require Das or somebody who's good at hacking to go down to planet and fiddle with things? Or were you just going to beam it directly from Raza?
I thought we were doing the hacking thing.
If we beam it directly, who's going to who on their ship will look at it and go, "Hey, that's weird"?
That's really, it's if there's anybody up there with Nia. If there's anybody that happens to be watching ads for some reason, the chances are very slim, but doing it directly does carry additional risk.
So
Unless Das wants to go down to the planet, but
Yeah. So basically, the odds are almost non-existent if we cycle it in with the regular ads, and fairly negligible, but higher if we beam it directly to them.
I'll put it this way: non-existent if you cycle it in with the regular ad.
Yeah.
But and I misspoke. The risk with beaming it to them isn't that they look at the ad and say that's weird. It's that somebody recognizes that it came in, it chopped in across another ad, or that it came in before the other ads should come in. Like they're not constant bombardment. There's pauses and breaks. Or if somebody happens to notice, hey, there's a communication beam from that ship to ours.
What we do also need to remember is that Nia is not necessarily on our side. She doesn't know that we are acting in her best interest. She might go, "Yo, that's super shady." So I think it's probably best cycling it in from the planet.
Yeah, agree.
I am, of course, willing to be convinced otherwise if we have good reasons why I'm wrong, but
So is I'm hearing Ginja agreeing. Is Das going down to the planet?
Well, I think you've just found a reason for Das to go down.
I think we have.
Then in that case, I do think that.
Do you need some genetic covering?
Probably.
You know what? You know what I've realised? It's quite funny. You know what I've realised?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know that Kana has a psychic. We have no reason to limit the amount of people that we send down there. We can both go along with Asta and Luna. Let's go, Das.
Well, Kana is very insistent that we only have 3 people.
Is Kana insistent or is Nox insistent?
I think you guys can have this conversation in person on the planet.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Because
In that
at
case,
some
yeah, I
point,
think
your
we will.
entire crew has to be able to
Yeah.
communicate.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we both just rock up.
Yeah, you guys meet up somewhere that you're reasonably confident is as secure as it's going to get. Don't shout anything because the ad's right outside your wall will hear you.
Yeah.
And you do not have Luna with you at this point because you're trying to avoid looking suspicious with her. Is that okay with you?
That's probably fine.
Nobody knocks you're okay with Luna being outside of kind of sight. We can say that she's with Elise or that Elise is watching her. Nox,
I mean, yeah, we're not.
Nox, you there, girl?
I'm very muted. Okay, I was talking. I thought people could hear me.
No.
Oh no.
How long have you been talking?
Oh no.
A minute and a half.
Oh no, I'm so
no.
sorry.
My condolences.
Could be worse.
So catch us up.
But I was going to say, for the I'm assuming that putting the ads into rotation is kind of a separate operation. Because once it's in rotation, it's just in rotation now, right?
Yeah. It is its own separate operation. The only reason that I'm gathering you all is so that you guys can talk about what you're doing and basically everyone be on the same page instead of us worrying about who knows what.
Yeah.
If you'd rather play that differently, I of course I'm not going to force you to handle to go that direction.
No, I'm literally thinking about like the planning and stuff. I don't know what would entail all of the things. Sorry, I'm kind of like stuck in my head right now.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, single operation is bring Dash to wherever she needs to go to do some hacking to put things into rotation. Then I'm assuming most people would leave back to the ship for the thing with the nest egg, and the rest of us stay here for Luna.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, in addition to Asta being with you, did you Nox the person, or did Kana say that it was only 3 people, including in addition to her? Like, has Kana said only 3 people here, please?
Yeah, when teams are being decided, once a 4th person signs up, Kana will say, "Oh no, that won't work. That can only move 3 people."
Okay, so was it really a teams being decided thing? Because I feel like it's just Percy and Das coming down to join you, like when you were already there, you know?
No, we already. So that won't work.
Yeah, when you were there with her before, you know?
I've lost the plot.
Let me jump in here real quick and ask Nox, why are you limiting to only 3?
So out of character, no.
In character, I can only move 3.
Through burden
In
deportation
character, it will not work because I can only move 3.
per skill level.
No, just 3 in general, I think.
Burden deportation lets you move 3 per skill level. So that's what I'm trying to clarify. Is this
that the case? Oh, I had no idea.
I was trying to ask if this was a mechanics thing or a Kana thing.
What?
Yeah, it's per skill
I had no
level.
idea.
Yeah, first skill level in teleportation. Nice.
Jesus.
So you could just take the whole Raza.
Have fun with that.
I straight up had no idea. I thought I could just bring 3 and that was it.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I know. I thought the weight limit was the only thing that scaled skill level.
That could be the intent, but that's not how I'm reading it. I think that I prefer it to be available as a party mover without the added complication of, okay, I take these 3 and then I take these 3.
I'd considered it a whole. These are the VIPs. This is who we need to move. Everyone else has to find their own way now, or wait a turn so that I could get back to them.
In fairness, even if it was only 3 at a time, like if you're saying that Percy couldn't last, if Percy, for example, couldn't, or Libra couldn't last a turn, then I think you're slightly undervaluing us against both threats.
Either way, you've got your self plus 6.
It's a self plus 9. I'm level 3.
Oh yes, self plus 9.
The whole new world.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. So no arguments here. Then I was totally operating under the assumption that I can only move 3 people at a time.
I probably should have asked
So
about
now
that sooner.
we don't need to learn that you're a teleporter until you teleport.
Yeah. We just so 1 minute we're standing there, and the next we were on the Raza and like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah, I'll be honest. The reason that I thought that you being with Luna was from last session when you, Elise, and Asta were the ones who went to talk to Luna, and I was trying to force the team size slightly larger so that it kind of has to say, well, no, I don't want you all to be here because I can only teleport 3 people at once. And we go, wait, what the fuck? You're a teleporter?
Oh, too bad I broke that for you.
That's fine. It's fine.
That was literally what I was doing.
And now we're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna have to wait until you actually teleport us.
Now you're never gonna find out.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Egg on your face, nerd.
Yeah, no, the joke is on you because you are not going to be able to go the entire campaign without wanting to flex the fact that you can teleport if nothing else.
Nox, just to confirm, you did take that unique gift, right?
I get it next level.
Okay, then just for clarification, remember that Kana cannot teleport back to the Raza unless the Raza is maintaining a geostationary orbit in a very specific spot over the planet. Basically, if you move the Raza, right now you're fine. I'm not gonna bother with the you have to stay the same place relative to where the planet is. If you park yourselves in orbit over the city because that's how you get your cargo lighter down there, then you have to stay there. You can't go fly over to the different city and bring a shuttle up from there. If you fly over to the nest egg or closer to the nest egg, then Kana has lost where the Raza is and can't teleport directly to it.
If we measure that spot, can the Raza return to that spot and reopen that pathway?
I would say yes, but it's going to require a pilot skill check to do it accurately. And Kana's not on the Raza to do it.
Right, yeah.
Kana would need to be on the Raza anyways to do that, right?
No.
Register the.
Well, yeah. Kana would have to be on the Raza where it is, and then if it moves after Kana has left it, then whoever moved it or somebody has to move it right back to where Kana was on it.
If I remember correctly, the teleport, he doesn't let you just teleport into space, right?
No, you'd immediately abort that teleportation. You never put yourself at risk.
Yeah. I thought that was the way it worked, but I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, the only risk is that you can't teleport onto the Raja, but you can still teleport like into the port or your cargo lighter is.
Yeah, I mean, there's
and all
all
that.
sorts of safe places you can teleport to.
Yeah, yeah.
Because for the most part, presumably you're not facing an enemy that spans the planet. Actually, even if you were fighting an enemy that did have control of an entire planet, you would still probably have plenty of places to teleport that are safe.
Yeah, teleporters are very
It's
dangerous.
really hard to deal with a teleporter.
All right. Well,
With all being said, I would have only moved us to the cargo lighter, and then we can move from the cargo lighter to the ship.
Yeah, that's exactly the safe way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and have Das roll her hacking, and just for a little bit of the narrative flavor here, you can either try to find a broadcast station that's that's doing the cycling of these ads, infiltrate it, get to a terminal and deal with that, or you can try and find a kind of an ad relay point, which is probably going to be out in the open, and hack it from there with hopefully somebody covering DAS. Which do you think you prefer? If you go the infiltration route, I'm not going to make an adventure out of it. It would just be a couple of skill checks.
Basically, it's whatever skill checks you think would be more suitable.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, don't know.
She's going to want to hack security cameras to improve her chances of getting to the place so she can hack adverts. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, you're wrong.
Somehow it didn't sound like that.
No.
It didn't. No.
Also, either way, you will need a line shunt to. Oh, actually, do you have Hacker 2?
I have Hacker 2 now. Yeah.
You will not need a line shunt for the open terminal portion, because you can assure that the ad rotates in within your hacker time frame, or within your hack
Cool.
duration.
Yeah, which is
Like
at least 40 minutes.
40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's it's D4 plus the program skill. Yes. So
D4
at least
plus
40 minutes.
program times 10.
Yep.
So, yeah, 40 to 70 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can easily make sure that it rotates in multiple times in that time frame.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So what's the trade-offs with the two locations?
The trade-offs of the two locations are that once you've infiltrated the actual building and dealt with any people, if there even are any people there, you've pretty much got privacy. You can spend your 10 minutes doing the hack. It will require a line shunt because that is going to be more secure, and you just need a line shunt just to be able to do the hack in the first place.
Yeah.
The other one, you have to do it on the fly as a one-round action, which increases the difficulty by 2. And someone else will need to make a skill check to make you all look inconspicuous where you are. But that's it. That's once you've made that check, operation done. And the base difficulty for this is hang on, get to that page. I believe it's an 8. I went too far. I know what page this is on, I just keep skipping right past it.
You can skip past
10.
It is.
To subvert a system.
Okay. Yeah.
It does not have any system modifiers to it. It's not an ordinary personal system, but it's also doesn't get the bonuses of a minor government or major corporation system.
Yeah.
It actually probably does, but then has penalties because it's
Right.
yeah, brings
Not
it even.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord knows all the companies hooking into it, so that's probably got so many vulnerabilities.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. So those are your trade-offs. Is the one is going to require a line shunt and may involve people that are stationed in that building that you have to deal
People.
with.
I'd have to deal with them.
The other is more difficult by the fact of how fast you have to do it.
Okay. How hard is it going to be to deal with those people? Like, is that going to be a factor at all, or is Percy just going to?
You don't know that there will be people, but if there are, almost certainly not more than one hit die. If they're even combatants, there will be regular security guards, one hit die.
So basically, an afterthought for the likes of us.
Yes.
I mean, in large numbers, they are obviously a threat, but like, yeah,
like one guy protecting this is like, no.
Yeah.
The biggest
one guy protecting this is not protecting it, basically.
The biggest risk they pose is that they gotta get a call out that that there's somebody here that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it looks like that girl from the ads.
All right. The second biggest risk is that they get a call out to somebody. The biggest risk is that they get a call out to somebody specific.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from Das's perspective, it's about the same. Either one is going to be a pretty easy roll. So, I guess it's up to whoever's sort of. I think Das would just present it as these are the options, and these are the trade-offs. It'll be slightly harder, but I can still do it.
Yeah, it's all the same Das.
And then sort of basically let Percy make the choice of which of the two.
Oh, what is it?
I feel like the security facility would be, in case it turns into a firefight, would probably be Percy's choice, right?
I mean, yeah, if I choose to roll badly, it's a firefight instead of a slaughter.
Viral. I just saw the image jump. So yeah, what direction do you want to go? I'm gonna move Das over there. And who's going with Das?
I mean, I did say I wasn't going to leave her alone on the planet, so.
Okay.
You did.
Are you going to let say Kawana go with you?
No. Respectfully, no.
What about Acid?
If Acid wants to come, Acid's welcome.
Acid and Kawana both offer to come down to the planet with Das when Das came. So, better question is, did you allow either of them down to the planet first of all?
Acid is a whole ass adult and she can make her own decisions, and also she fights like a fucking berserker apparently. Koana, on the other hand, is mostly trained with ship weapons. Like, if the shit does hit the fan and we wind up in a firefight, I wouldn't worry about Acid too much, you know?
Okay. So, Acid is allowed to come down with you. Koana must stay on the ship.
For now, yeah.
Alright.
And if she does a hissy fit about it, then I will offer her some marksmanship courses if she wants to get good enough with a gun to be allowed to come on this kind of thing.
Is Acid allowed on the Das operation?
Yes. Assuming everyone else is okay with it.
Only if I get to do the operation.
Only Acid's a whole ass adult.
It's not that kind of operation.
I know.
Yeah. Besides, if anything, it says Das operation.
I had music this entire time. Yes.
Alas,
complete failure. Okay.
Nice. This is very planning music.
Good. All right.
Like the Mass Effect Galaxy map.
It does, yeah. So that still brings the question of Dash has left it up to Percy whether you go inside, infiltrate, or try and make sure that nobody looks too hard at the little girl tampering with the electronic board.
Break in or act casual?
Yeah, exactly, a perfect breakdown.
I feel like act casual is easier to swap plans from. Like, if Das doesn't make any headway while she's acting casual, it's a lot easier to break in than it is to go, okay, act casual if the breaking in isn't working.
That's true.
Yes. That is definitely true.
Like go from fiddling about with a terminal outside to Mission Impossible, or Mission Impossible, then when the alarms blare, go outside and fuck around with the terminal.
So one thing that I'll add is, for the same reasons that make this government/corporate system easier to hack, if you try to hack it from a different location, it will still be the same system.
Yes.
So a failure here, on a extremely rare chance that DAS actually fails this, if you decide you want
No.
to try and go somewhere else to do it, it would be still increased difficulty.
Yeah, but it's like by 1 or something, right? So.
I'm sorry, it's what? Oh yeah, it increases it by 1.
Right? Yeah, so it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's going to be difficulty, what, 12?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Das has to roll 7 on the dice on 4 dice.
Yep.
But it's probably going to happen. It's fine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
How are Percy and Acid going to make this look casual and not at all like somebody's tampering with an ad board? Now you only need to do this for a few seconds, 15 at most.
Yeah. I wonder, do we stand there tapping compads or something as if we're doing the Lost Tourist thing? And no, that wouldn't work. They would know that we just need to ask the adverts for directions. Honestly, we just sit there chatting and just sort of crowd around Dash so that we're sort of body blocking her from being visible from too far away.
Okay.
Would that work? I don't know. Oh yeah, that reminds me of what I was going to ask. Since Doug was willing to risk the nest egg, I was going to ask if he wanted to call in a DAS operation as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you've got 2 fairly big men then, and one not so big blue woman.
Yeah. One not so big blue woman who is likely to be closer to the small girl than either of us, let's be real.
Yeah.
Hold on. You want to go with the act casual with the blue woman?
The blue woman who's probably in cosplay.
I will say, with the amount of neon in the city, she
Also that.
doesn't look that different.
Okay.
Get her under normal lighting, and yes, she will stand out. But right now, it just looks like a play of the light. All right. So then, either Percy or Doug, go ahead and give me a. Let's go with a a perform check of. I think I am going to go back to charisma, unless you want to propose something else. A charisma perform check.
Charisma does seem appropriate.
Charisma seems appropriate. Also, you're a performer.
Yeah, I got that stage presence.
Yeah. So unless you want to focus on the crowding, bulky aspect of it and see if you can roll Constitution, I doubt it. But
well, I mean, let me see. Charisma's one of the few that I don't have a bonus in. I mean, wisdom. I mean, it's kind of like because it's social deduction.
I would allow wisdom.
Okay, well, I'll do perform wisdom.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is not breaking out a guitar to perform with it. It's just kind of knowing
I'm reading the crowd.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Making sure
That's
that
a
we're
9.
acting in a way that is appears casual.
Yeah.
That is a 9. That there will deter like scrutinous inspection. There are
Or just possibly just, causing something of a minor distraction away from where Das is.
Yeah, a 9 is going to get casual onlookers may see what's going on over there, may see that there's something going on over there, but the general apathy and disinterest of the people here as to things going on around them is going to cover you. If
God, we do need to burn this planet to the ground. I'm sorry, go on.
if you make any future with a 9, if you make any future commotion and anybody is questioned or asked, they may recall this. A 10 will get you complete anonymity. So I normally prefer to get these first before the main skill is rolled.
Yeah.
But is there anything that
Assistance.
Percy could have done to assist the check?
Yeah. Okay, so this is a stretch, but I'm wondering because Doug's obviously making a little bit of a commotion, right?
I
Yeah.
think he's trying not
Not-
to, isn't he?
Okay.
Well, not
think
like
that's
a
what we're
major
doing.
promotion, but I'm definitely drawing
Yeah.
some minor attention my way. I don't want to create a scene, but
Yeah. What exactly is it you're doing?
well, that's an intense line of questioning.
You know what? Fair. I didn't even hear what it was, but it sounded like you were avoiding the question, which
Like-
honestly fair.
Like I don't know, like maybe like getting into some sort of disagreement with someone.
That's fair.
Like not like
Yeah, I think-
like a fight starts, like not like the
Yeah, just like
point
a
of a brawl,
squabble,
but
yeah,
like just like
squabble.
like raised voice, like oh no,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like talking about a band that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, while Doug is loudly educating people on the correct musical opinions to have,
Exactly.
what I'm wondering is, and I know it's a stretch, can Percy just be sort of like a lookout role, standing near Das with Acid, trying to see who's looking and move himself or Acid to get in their sight line, and therefore roll notice?
I would allow that.
Excellent. Wisdom, okay?
Wisdom is fine.
Excellent.
You're trying to get a
Hell
10
yeah.
to give Doug a +1 to get a 10. You got a
Woo.
10.
Yay.
Nice.
All right, let's get that hack roll from Das. And this is hacking.
Roll from dice. Yeah, I hope so.
Don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up. I knew you weren't going to fuck this up. But...
kind of low roll.
I was gonna say that's kind of a low roll.
Kind of
Yeah.
low. Most people need a +2 to have a chance at that.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Kinda
you've
low.
cycled the ad in. Let's go ahead and roll your d4 just to see how long it does cycle through.
You are roll it, Ginger?
Maximum
Nice.
70
Oh.
minutes.
So over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's kind of a mixed thing because it increases the chances that Shadow sees it, but it also increases the chances that anyone else sees it. Like literally anyone else.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, I
that-
could have probably set it of like how long we want it to run. If we want it to be less than that,
Nah,
could, yeah.
I think it's probably fine. Like less time also means less chance for Shadow to see it, right?
yeah.
Yes.
And who do we realistically expect to recognise it apart from her? With this also cool coded message that we definitely worked in. Don't ask us, guys. It's really cool. I promise. God, I sound like a politician.
Yeah, I had you roll Vicky's check.
Mhm.
That was the check to make it look like it's just any one of the one of the Astos normal stranger but normal ads. Roll as a politician check.
No.
Okay, so plan get add to Shadow has succeeded. It is finished.
We hope.
Now let's get you back in your boxes where you intend to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Okay. The operation store back in the boxes.
So you've got Percy over there with Luna, or was Percy going to be nest egg?
Okay, so my recollection was that we were hoping that we would be able to convince Shadow to come down to planet side so that we could see her outside the context of the like. Wasn't that what the advert was for? Try and get her attention, get her off the nest egg.
I guess.
Kind
Was
of,
that it?
yeah. I mean,
Or did I
it's
misunderstand?
kind of a hope to go that way because we don't have a good way of approaching her directly without, you know.
Yeah, we just need to talk to her somehow. We also appear to be down one Nox. And we're back.
You're talking about Nox is right here.
Nox has always been here.
Of course, I'm clearly hallucinating.
Gaslighting's not cool, y'all.
Besides, what are you all talking about? I said the Jackal wasn't here.
Jeez. This is too deep.
Equinox.
Too deep? I disagree. You're fine.
All right. So then the intent with the ad was to try and draw Nia to meet you somewhere planetside or to communicate to you somewhere.
Yeah, we just want to. Planetside would probably be better. The best case scenario would be with Luna, but we just want to talk to her, really.
Okay. Then I understand why you're in the Luna box.
I don't think we could have slid anything that like detailed into a relatively quote unquote innocuous ad. Don't think we could have slid anything like that. Would have been nice, but
Before you go, unless you're already gone, Ellie, we are at 1 o'clock. Do you guys want to take our break?
wouldn't mind.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break.
Mhm.
I was all ready to go with all right, we've got Luna protected. We're going to teleport her if she gets attacked, and we storm the nest egg.
Yeah, we're kind of risk averse here.
We're
We
really
don't do
iffy
that.
on the storming the nest egg part. Is I think the issue.
I think that's
There's
fair.
a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worried about storming the nest egg. I'm worried about storming the mercenary thing that's clearly attached to the nest egg.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Like, you know, it's like I assume it's generally frowned upon to storm a ship on you know, in orbit of the planet. Too. Like, you know, I feel like there's just too many variables of things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Also, this is a work thing, but we're in a break time, so I can talk about this.
Break time.
I was moving the audio from my handset to my headset,
Mm-hmm.
and the prompt wouldn't come up unless I left the call and rejoined.
Oh. Gotcha.
I had to do this because my employer's job was abolished, so I don't know who I'm supposed to be reporting to right now.
Oh, what? Huh.
It's always concerning.
So I need to like go in and actually manually confirm that I have work.
Kind of where I feel like I am at my job. I don't really get managed at all. I should probably be worried. I should probably be more worried about that. But it's fine. So long as I do better than my peer, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the
I
old
just
bear in
need
the
to know
forest thing.
when the trains and stuff are scheduled, you know? Once I have that, I can write it all down and I can just do my work when it comes up.
Oh, is that whose job was lopped? Is a scheduler?
Yeah. The person that tells us cleaners to actually work the trains
Mm-hmm.
is the person whose job got lopped.
Are we on break?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We went on break right as my mum came in.
Yeah. I tried to catch you and tell you we were on break, but I think you were gone by then.
Yeah. How long do we have until break until?
Actually about 15 minutes. We just went on 3 minutes ago, and I'm just gonna say 15 from now.
15 after.
Yeah, no, I had no idea about the teleportation thing. I'm really sorry about that. I was absolutely under the impression that I was locked to 3 people and whatever gear they could carry.
No worries, no worries.
Or just like an increasingly heavy object.
Yeah, teleporters can move a lot.
That was my point of confusion. Still, a smaller group is better, but the smaller group doesn't have to be limited to 3 people now.
Yeah. I do agree that a smaller group is better because I thought you were trying to not tip anybody off, and if you've got suddenly a big group surrounding Luna, it looks like Luna has just hired bodyguards.
Nah.
I misheard you when you said tip anybody off, and I thought you were talking about the psychic thing. And I was like, I'm literally wearing the adornments that say that I am a psychic and exactly what kind of psychic I am. I am counting entirely on these people not being cultured to get by. And it's working. It's working so well.
I wasn't aware that was. I wasn't even aware that was the thing. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, none of the characters, except for Elise. I should have mentioned to Elise, or to Jackal for Elise's benefit, but I don't think there's been too much interaction between Cut and Elise yet. But yeah, Shinobu has a uniformed culture. If you are a pilot, you wear certain clothes. If you are a infantry, you wear certain clothes. If you're a baker, you wear certain clothes. If you are a psychic, you wear the clothes of your position, your job, but you also have adornments that represent your psychic disciplines. It's more like colors, actually. The uniforms are a combination of clothing type, uniform, proper uniform, and coloration, and then the psychics add to those colors with the colors of their discipline.
And then if you're military, you just change the colors of your outfit from whatever they were to red and black.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, so if you're familiar with Shinobu, it should be easy for you to identify, oh hey, you work as a pilot. I think we worked out even in casual clothes, right, Nox? Or was that the exception?
Yeah. No, even in casual clothes.
Even in
the only
casual
people that are
clothes.
exempt from it are ninjas.
Yeah, like there's work uniform and there's casual uniform. Your casual clothes don't need to be as strict as your work clothes, but they're still going to look like you're a pilot or you're a
It's like being in the military, right?
yeah.
It's even a thing. You have your, what do you call it? Formal.
Dress, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dress uniform.
Mm-hmm.
With this being said, I'm going to go dark for the next 10 minutes while I commune with higher ups.
Okay. So I'm a little bit excited. My Saturday game next week, like half the group is out. And so the three of us, including myself, four of us actually, four of us, no, just three, never mind, have decided to start up a co-op game of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, we keep talking about doing that in my group. No, we never do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never did that in my group because it's up to 4 and there'd be 5 of us that want to do it. So it's like
There's mods for that.
someone would be left out.
Well,
Nah, you can mod a fifth player easy.
we're
Right.
only doing it. We're only starting the game for when we the core three of us are available and others aren't, because we have a it's a very bad time slot. Saturday afternoon. There's a lot of interruptions. A lot of people, have plans and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have plans landing on the weekend.
Yeah. But there's 4 of us that are a little bit more reliable, or at least 3 of us that will be there next week, and 1 that's always there along with me. Except for the 1 week in a month he's not, I guess. Anyways, point is, yeah, I'm kind of excited to actually play it for the first time.
Oh, you hadn't even played it all?
Uh-uh.
Oh. Well, you're in for a treat then. It's a very good game.
I've been avoiding roleplay games or RPGs a lot because, unless they're preceded by action, just because I don't have the patience or the time for long games anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think so. I've done a couple playthroughs through the first 2 acts, and I hit Act 3, and it's just too much. Because like the Act 3 it's basically in a city, and it's so full of things. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
I mean, even the first 2 acts are still pretty wide open, but it's just on the edge of being. It's manageable.
Okay.
For me.
Even
The
ARPGs
are
have had
good.
tough.
It's still a really, honestly, even just playing the first 2 acts is still a really good game. That's worth it.
Okay.
But I'm sure it might be a not satisfying some people, not getting a conclusion.
Well, I haven't finished a
in
game in a
Act
long time, so I'm getting used to it.
Yeah. I know you can finish the game in Act 2 pretty easy. there's a few endings that you can get early on, obviously.
Oh.
In a game like that with so many endings.
Yeah.
Obviously the ones that you get before Act 3 are not presumably good endings.
Okay.
But there's some interesting ways for the game to end.
Well, apparently I'm gonna be playing the Dark Urge character, because they want me as a newcomer to play one of the characters that has a storyline, and I want to play a character that I get to design.
Well, yeah. I look forward to it. I started doing that with my brother figured it out pretty quick, but the other 2 people we were playing with it, because we were basically just doing an evil campaign, because my friend's nephew is he's still pretty young and just kind of murder hobo stuff. So I was like, okay, well we might as well do an evil campaign then, because if you're gonna be murder hoboing, we might as well just all go in on it.
Is that Tarn?
I secretly made a Dark Urge character.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't know what was going on.
Gotcha. Is the murder hobo Tarn in the Discord channel?
No, that's my cousin.
Okay.
He would also probably be a murder hobo, but
He's very excitable. It's funny to watch.
Yeah, he is.
His tech issues come up, and I just expect a stream of messages with caps in there.
Yeah. He should be better with stuff like that, I feel like, but oh well.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he's in his 20s now. Low 20s.
Yeah.
He's also autistic, so.
Okay.
He's definitely improved over when he was younger though, so he's done well for himself, all things considered.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
It's always interesting being an outside observer to a group of friends and or family.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the interactions we had in our channel before all the channels got buttoned up.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have context, a lot of discussion's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like and jokes and yada yada.
Those channels got buttoned up because there were some personal pictures that were being posted, and I was like, guys, we've got other people in the server, right? These aren't my pictures. I just want you to think about that.
Yeah, just be aware. Yeah, I'm pretty hyper aware of stuff like that. I don't like. I'm obviously a fairly private person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk about myself too much.
I think we know more about your cat than about you.
Possibly. But did you know I had 2 cats?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I knew that it was multiple cats, maybe not specifically 2. I don't know their names though.
Lilith and Luke.
Oh,
Lilith,
okay.
of course, named after the demon Lilith in Diablo.
Well, of course. Who else?
Right? Which obviously is also based off the biblical Lilith.
No, I'm sure they just pulled that name out of random.
Yeah. But I named her because of some of the lore stuff in Diablo.
Hmm.
It's actually before Diablo 4, so it's before Lilith was even a major character.
I wish I had been able to keep playing Diablo 4.
Yeah. I'm doing the March of the Goblins right now. Event. I need to
Just
hop in there.
I fell out because it's not as fun to play alone. I was doing that for most of my time playing.
Yeah, I find it's better solo because it's just annoying to get on the same page as someone else. I don't like playing with randoms.
I don't like playing with randoms. I totally agree with you there. I do like playing with like a single friend that like we've played these characters together with each other together and only with each other together and have our own solo characters. I enjoy that when we're both the same level. I feel like solo you don't have as much diversity of build. Like one of my favorite characters was just a lightning stork that stunned everything.
Yeah, so much stun. And then also the nice thing with that too is when you have like the use of lightning spear or whatever, the little conjuration that circles around.
Yeah,
it's really good at picking off all the little straggler enemies.
It was, but it was a horror, a nightmare against anything that actually had hit points, and that's why I liked playing with my friend because he was playing a barbarian.
Anything that could survive until it becomes unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the bosses that are of course unstoppable until you stun them enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually kind of like the system, the way it handles crowd control against bosses.
I do too. I think
if you build a lot, it still does work against bosses.
Yeah, absolutely. But it, that build as a solo character was not fun. It was tedious.
Yeah. The what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Loot Reborn, the current season has like a little boss, like a little public event boss. That the stun threshold is ridiculously high, which is actually really annoying when you're playing a character that's high on that relies on a lot of CC.
But it's supposed to be.
I disagree. Having an event boss that completely counters your normal playstyle is fair and balanced gameplay. He joked.
It's definitely difficult to balance for multiple players.
Honestly, though, I feel like that's something that Blizzard is actually really good at. The dynamic, like how like it's able to dynamically scale so people across different levels can still contribute on stuff like that. Like contribute meaningfully.
Yeah. I agree. It's still difficult, but I do think that they've done a good job in like I haven't been down on Diablo 4 even when it came out and it was getting review bombed. I enjoyed it. At absolute worst, it was a mediocre game. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that, by the way? I played Diablo 3 and then got a little bit burnt out on the equipment grind, but I never actually got around to playing 4.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I from some of the things I've been seeing, I think they're going in the same direction with Diablo as Diablo 3, where
It's definitely moving more towards Diablo 3 style.
yeah.
It's not there. It's not entirely there yet.
Okay.
You still don't have like set. Because
Thank
Diablo
goodness.
3 was basically like, your build was basically get a set, and all of a sudden you boost up like 20 tiers in the greater.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Yeah.
So the thing with Diablo 4 that I found is, you're right, they were doing that, but it was more like the specific things, like the vampire thing. Yeah, you had to kind of look at the options that were given to you by the vampire thing, or the mutator
Yeah, I
thing
think
before
the
that.
seasons. Yeah, the way the seasons change things is actually definitely more interesting than Diablo 3 was.
Yes.
Hey, now,
Diablo 3 changed things up by, here, this time this class gets this set for free.
Right, and you played
that was
just
the
those
big change
powers.
up. Like, pretty much most of the change up was just how they rebalance skills and sets.
Yeah.
And then which set they gave you basically as a freebie for playing the season.
Yeah.
Diablo 4
Hey,
basically
Diablo
does
4
that
does
with
actually add new ways. I like the vampire. Let me see. The first one was really the worst. I did not like the little socketing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mind it.
Hey now, I didn't come to Diablo to think. I came to Diablo to press buttons.
Well,
Nah,
so Diablo
that's-
3, you
okay.
could have done that. Diablo 4,
Yeah,
you still have to think a little bit. I'm sorry. A little
Yeah,
bit.
no, I'm exagerating for comedic effect. I get so far down theory crafting rabbit holes that it scares me. Sometimes I forget what light is.
Yeah. I liked how Diablo 4, it was similar enough to Diablo 3's sets, but it wasn't just one equipment set and one power. It was more like a menu of different things that you could focus into. If you completely ignored the seasonal boost, you were worse off. But you weren't tied into one set of powers chosen like you were in Diablo 3. And that's where I felt like they balanced it much better.
Honestly, that sounds kind of menacing because I can absolutely see myself sinking into that again.
Alright, well, let's sink back into Darkstar then.
I was going to say, I have enough things going on already. I haven't played Persona 3 Reload for a while because of World of Myth and Monster Hunter.
Alright, Darkstar. Bringing us back into frame.
Darkstar.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so you've sent the ad. Does anybody want to be on the ship, or are you hoping that actually let me ask this. So you've sent it so that you hope Nia will come down, but you've got a secondary option for Nia to somehow to call you and communicate with you, right? Will you spend the 1,000 credits to get a comm server so that you've got secure communications?
It would cost more than that to hire another highly competent ace pilot. Yes, I think we should.
Yeah, I think we can afford that.
Okay. That solves most of your communication difficulties because comm servers are, I believe, 100 kilometers?
Think so? That sounds about right.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for the go with it, even if it's not right.
Yep. In fairness, if I didn't think that was right, I would still say yes. Nah, I wouldn't.
That's okay.
No,
I'm still looking it up anyways. 300 kilometers.
Yo. And this is why you look up the rules. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
That's why the comm server is the ship communication solution, because it does most orbits will be within that range.
Yeah, I think that was the discussion that we had before. That's why I thought we could use the ship as like an orbit as a comm server.
I think I decided that the ship, due to the local interference, the atmospheric interference, can't act as a comm server, but if you've got a comm server on the ground, then that does work. Okay.
That sounds familiar.
All right, well, we're gonna put one in just that lives in the cargo lighter now.
While we're buying things, I'd like to get a cheap motel for a couple days. Hopefully, one that has no inside the room cameras or bugs.
We're on Astos. I think that's optimistic.
Electronic bugs. That's why I'm trying. It's an attempt.
Mm.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Doug sleep for those.
Yeah, you've got some time, and you are near the port, so hotels are abundant here. Hotels and no motels. Hotels are abundant here.
I'll pay for a hotel. It's fine.
Never did figure out what the difference was.
Motels are like outdoor malls or strip malls, whereas
Okay.
hotels are all indoors. You go down the hallway, an indoor hallway to get to your room.
Right, that makes sense.
Um,
Motels tend to be sketchier.
let's go ahead and say that it costs 50 credits because the first couple of rooms that you book have unwanted electronic devices in them, and you decide that they're not a secure location.
Unfortunate.
Unless you just want to clear out those devices and trust that you've caught them all.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Okay. Yeah, no, so it's way more expensive than it would have been if you'd just taken a room and risked whatever those devices were. They weren't installed as part of the hotel infrastructure. Well, not all of them were installed as part of the hotel infrastructure. There's definitely some seedy stuff going on with them.
Side quest within side quests.
Most were listening only, but there were also some skeevy cameras. And so you find one that you're able to sweep and confirm that there is nothing and that the walls are secure enough that they would provide interference to normal audio and listening audio. Electronic listening from the other side. So you've got yourself a secure location for 50 credits. Set up your comm server. And one moment, please.
So I think we probably send Das back to the ship if she doesn't want to go back there herself for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Das would not complain.
Does that mean that Acid goes back with her? I wonder.
Sorry, I had honey mustard dripping down my fingers. I had to wash my hands real quick.
Understandable. we were just saying that we're probably sending Das back to the ship for safety and to monitor from there, and we're wondering if Acid would want to go with her.
Yep, I heard that. Does that mean you're sending the cargo lighter back up?
That's a thought, actually.
And cargo lighter was your teleport point.
And then back down again.
You could. It's about a half-hour round trip. Or sorry,
That's okay.
is it a half-hour round trip or a half-hour one way?
I think either way, I'll take it.
Okay.
Because you're the pilot, right?
I only need the hotel for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we know. Flight's a little harder. We haven't figured that out in character yet.
20 minutes either way, right. So I was kind of in the middle there.
Okay.
Alright, so those of you on Team Luna are in the hotel. Those of you on DAS operation are now returning to Raza. Does Doug want to be in returning to Raza?
The DAS and Acid are.
Yeah, Acid's going back too.
Yeah, I don't have much money. I don't have much money to burn, and I'm a little scared if I spend too long down here, I'm gonna burn through my money.
Okay.
That's why I didn't come down the last time.
Honestly, fair.
In fact, if it's alright, I'm gonna go ahead and subtract 50 credits for knickknacks that I bought.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a lot of knickknacks, I know.
That's a lot of Big Macs. That's like 50 Big Macs.
That's a lot of knickknacks.
Fortunately, you're on a planet that can.
It's because it's because I was getting that argument about bans and stuff like that, so they got a real good read on me.
Yeah. yeah, totally.
So you only got 20
So
Big Macs.
It's like guitar accessories and stuff.
Yeah, I was quite comfortably able to focus on the job.
All right, and
Yes.
focus on the job is Percy is with Luna right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I think that's maybe a conversation there because we've not actually met yet, have we?
You have not.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess. You know what? Screw it. Stage it as I'm coming in to join Kana and Asta.
Mm-hmm. Elise is off making some other
Avoiding me, I know.
arrangements.
Sure.
And Kana and Asta have gotten to the hotel room.
Mhm.
You believe
Can
that
I
Go
give Asta like 100 credits for the purposes of getting just a boatload of like Asta specific snacks? While we're here.
Asta specific or Astos specific?
Astos.
Okay,
Astos specific.
her name confuses things again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she only needs like 10 credits if you're talking about like snacks for here. This is the argument she's making. Snacks here only needs like 10 credits for to party for a night. 100 is gonna get like 3 shopping carts.
Okay.
What's
We'll
the
shorten it down to
plan?
like half a shopping cart, and we'll take the leftovers on the ship.
Okay. Oh yeah, people will love that. Okay. Yeah. So then Asta is going to get snacks. She greets Percy on the way out.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Nearly bumped. Careful there. I nearly bumped into you. Sorry.
It's okay, big guy. Room 312.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, and go in slowly. She's kind of scared.
Understandable. Yeah. And yeah, Percy just meanders down the hall and knock, knock, knock.
Kind of hears a knock on the door. Asta has just texted over that Percy is en route.
Okay.
Using
Check the little the peephole before opening it up.
It
No,
certainly
but-
looks like Percy.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't have Shadow's button nose.
Does not.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me.
We're just waiting for Asta to get back, and then we're gonna make our way to the lighter.
Nice. What's she out for? Like scouting? Just checking the perimeter? She's less conspicuous than me.
Snacks.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, that honestly also an important part of a stakeout. You do you. Yeah, and then he turns to Luna. Hey, Luna, right?
Luna's let me make a real quick check over here. Hang on real quick. Alright, before I roll this, does anybody have any modifiers to reaction rolls that they'd like to use?
Oh god, we're trying to prevent her from freaking out. We're trying to prevent her from freaking out, aren't we?
This is the moment we realize Das should have stayed on the phone.
Right, I was gonna say, that sounds like Dex saying, "Is Das here?"
It kind of was, but whoa, you rolled a 5 and a 6!
Woo!
And there was a -2 on that. He still got a positive reaction.
As my natural charisma.
You know what? I'm gonna go with it. You said it. So Luna is deeply in love. Maybe not deeply in love, but Luna has a mixture of terror and that kind of primal curiosity and like attraction to the bad boy, the dangerous attraction in seeing person. But she definitely recognizes something here.
I choose to believe that Percy is mostly blissfully unaware.
He would have to roll a really, really poor notice check for that. And if you want him to be completely unaware, I actually would want you to roll that notice check.
Okay, I can probably notice charisma or notice wisdom.
Let's go with notice wisdom.
I don't think I'm actually going to be completely unaware, but I'm sure it's going to take it. Yeah, no, yeah.
I'll let you interpret that, but I want to make it clear that she is visibly
Yeah.
disconcerted and afraid and concerned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Concerned at the fact that she's feeling anything like this. I get it.
And she looks over at Canna. And she quickly signs something. Either of you think that your characters would know sign language?
If you said that Percy knows sign language, I could probably justify it as it was learned as a non-verbal communication thing, but...
Yeah, I haven't included it on the language list.
Right.
I'm kind of treating it as like any old justification, like, why would a primitive barbarian know how to work on an engine? Find me the justification for why your character would know sign language. I think that's a fair justification for Percy. Nox, it's probably easier for
I was gonna say best I got is like ninja training.
Yeah, and I think Shinobu is fairly good about making sure that everyone can communicate. I feel like they have sign language for the just for communications.
Honestly, Shinobu keeps establishing itself as the least fucked place in the sector. Can we all just retire there?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the possibility of a time loop, I would say let's just retire there. We have friends in the royal family.
Well, you've got friends in the royal family on Lamiera too.
Not quite royal, not quite friends.
Yeah.
All right, so
find out not quite Lamiera.
Both of you roll a relevant skill check. Connect or sneak or a relevant combat skill if you don't have either. And for Kana, I would let you treat pilot as your relevant combat skill for the military training.
Okay.
I get the feeling shoot isn't applicable here. I will connect.
With wisdom.
With wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
Oh, what was that, Viral?
Mode.
I said I feel like shoot isn't relevant here, so it's connect wisdom for me.
Well, that's what I mean by relevant combat skill. It's not that you learn sign language by shooting fingers. It's that you learn sign language as part of the same bucket of training that helped Percy learn how to shoot.
Oh, so that shoot was nice.
Okay. The difficult part to make out about this, the easy part was you didn't tell me you were with. The difficult part was spelling out Raza.
Oh, that's true, actually. Oh. Ah.
And so suddenly the fear makes sense as well. Percy's an attractive dude, so the confusing attraction, bad boy confusion.
God.
Ellie. She very quickly signs after that, fuck, how much trouble is my sister in? And yeah, she signs out the sign language for fuck.
Yeah, Percy just signs back, like, do you mind if I talk, or is sign language okay? It's a little bit rusty, it's a little bit off, but it's close enough, you know? And he's like, surprised that he seems surprised that he actually knows sign language, but, because it's never really come up before, but he's like, yeah, no, I know this.
She signs ears and then like has that look of think dumbass as she looks around the room and like motions to everything. It's one of those
nods.
like she doesn't actually say or sign think dumbass, but it's that look of
close enough, yeah.
Exasperation.
Yeah. Percy just nods. Okay,
she does also sign quickly over to kind of, are you sure we're secure?
Well, I guess I'll sign back. I've checked before. I can check again, but I think we're good. This isn't the first hotel I've been to.
She puts her hands down, and in a low voice, she's certainly not going to shout this. I can't be seen with you.
It's a good thing we've secured the place.
Darkstar is hunting you.
Oh, does it mean Darkstar knows we're here? Oh wait, no, that's because they're hunting the Raza in general, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Porcelain is looking for you.
Wait, what?
We're all to report. Every one of
what?
us is to report. We see anybody from the Raza.
Wait. Rewind a little bit. Porcelain?
Yeah. Porcelain. You know, head of Spectre Star Security?
An inexplicable look crosses Percy's face.
You didn't know?
As far as we were concerned, she'd vanished off the face of the fucking sector since we came back.
She says you betrayed her.
You say
I mean, I don't know that for sure. That's just what's come down, but that's the story we were given. Please don't kill me. Is
look, don't worry about all that, okay? We might talk about this later. We're here to help you. We're here to help your sister, okay?
But I can't be seen with you, or I'm dead.
Obviously not.
You're not. You're in a room.
Yeah.
But...
Look, do you think just think about it logically. Do you think I live my life stuffed away on the ship, never going out, except for this one thing?
What?
Do you think I just never go out in public?
Well, I think you just came into the room that I just came into.
Do you think this is the first time I've been out in public since the Raza vanished?
I don't know what you've been doing.
Exactly my point.
But I'm not Spectre Star Security. We just do data tracking, Android returns, and look, we were up against them and Mercure and Union at their height,
and we got away. So, have a little bit of faith, okay? Just trust us. Like I say, the important part doesn't matter fuck who I am right now. We heard about you and your sister's predicament, and we're here to help. I promise.
Are there cameras in the halls that saw us come into the same room?
This is a question for. I'd like to say no, but this is a question for you.
Roll a sneak wisdom would be my preferred choice. But if you can justify another skill for hotel selection, given the difficulties you've already had with the bugs. Or with the bugs in other hotels.
I could say trade in finding different places to work out other kinds of deals in the past.
I can, given your background, and only because of your background, I'll allow that.
Okay. That's trade wisdom?
Mm-hmm. No, there were no cameras in the halls. That's one of the reasons that you chose this.
In fairness, you probably should have said that to her regardless of what the check was.
I would have. But, it's good to know for sure.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, I could have pulled an old GMing trick and rolled it for you in private.
Yeah. Or just said you're pretty sure there aren't. Like, as far as you can tell, there aren't.
Yeah, that's the other old GMing trick, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I would like to add cruel and sadistic and antiquated and probably still sometimes what you need, honestly.
It's a very effective tool in the right circumstances, but not something you do all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, so when she asks where the cameras,
Nope.
Percy will just look across the canna.
Oh, right, gotcha.
No. Either way, once Asta gets back, we're gone.
Holy
of course.
shit, I'm in the same room as Raza.
You're in the same room as one guy who looks kinda similar. Or, okay, fairly similar.
Kinda
to someone who
similar?
was on the Vacant, which
Percy
everyone knows.
Cameron?
And Percy just looks at her and goes, Percy has different colour eyes.
She looks. No, those look right to me. You as a player know that they are not. This is obviously observer, being wrong.
Oh right, yeah.
She's misremembering.
Yeah.
Because she is so convinced that you are Percy Cameron that now her mental image matches exactly what you look like.
Yeah. Really, that's so. Percy pulls out his compact and just for old time's sake, pulls out that crime record that we got in session 3.
Sure, your eyes changed.
I like to think that, is it back when we were on Lamiera, I got just enough facial reconstruction that it just throws off biometrics a little bit. Like, no, his cheekbones are a little bit too high, his jaw's a little bit too narrow.
So was the recruiter
would that be
Raza too?
Hmm?
Was the recruiter Raza too? She's referring to Elise.
Oh, again, not particularly important.
It is for my life.
Right, but do you think?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't recognize her.
No, it's fine.
We didn't get a file on her.
Despite everything, right? Despite everything, we generally don't bite anyone that doesn't bite first.
It's,
And
look, stop. I trust you guys. Thank you for helping my sister. I'm more worried about Spectre Star Technologies, about my job.
Well, hopefully it's not going to get that far. We won't be with you for long. Basically, do you actually know who? Percy actually turns to Cannon for a sec. Did you tell her who it is that her sister's working for? Does she know?
I'm sorry, you kind of mumbled in the middle there.
Okay. Percy just turns to Cannon and says, "Did you tell her who her sister's working for? Does she know?"
I think we know it's slavers, but I think she knows it's slavers, but that's all she's been given.
I think
Okay.
I think Luna put 2 and 2 together very quickly.
Yeah, Luna did figure out it was slavers, but not the specific one. Yeah.
I thought so. I just wanted to verify. Right. So, in a nutshell, your sister's fallen in with a bad crowd. You probably figured that out by now. The fine folks of the Nest Egg name ring a bell?
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so slavers, basically. But they're doing well enough at hiding themselves that unfortunately there can't be a proper case built against them. So we could, with your help to convince your sister that it's legit, we could convince your sister to get off the ship, get in a big fight, blow it to bits, maybe take some damage ourselves, cause a big fuss. That is a thing we could do. Or
As the fucking Raza? Yeah, of course.
or, with a bit of help, we of the absolutely not Raza, I don't know where you would get such a preposterous idea, could help you and your sister lie low for, I don't know, maybe about as long as it would take a data packet filled with the information that the pilot of such a slaver ship would be able to submit to the authorities to call down their hellfire on the Nest Egg. Cut them off, end their operation, you and your sister walk away, no strings attached.
Those both sound like they risk my sister getting caught in the crossfire.
Piloting a slaver ship also risks your sister getting caught in the crossfire.
But not literal laser crossfire.
I don't know. You think that if Galactic Mandate find out that the Nest Egg aren't actually slavers, they're going to come quietly?
What? I mean, I don't like any of those options, right?
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's a shitty situation you found yourselves in.
Holy shit. Okay, do you guys know who my handler is? I have to know who that is.
Anybody new in your life lately?
No, not. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry.
I should have known when he said his name was Jason Bourne.
I don't think I get the reference, but sure.
It just
Bourne identity.
It just doesn't sound like a real name, does it?
Yeah, it's like the kind of name that someone in a movie would give themselves if they're trying to sound like a normal human person, kids.
Right. Like,
yeah.
Look at me, I was born. My name.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
We've all been there. Look, I've made stupid mistakes and I'm still here, right?
About this time, your comm server is getting a call.
Ooh. Oh, is that the pizza I ordered? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Percy will just sort of gesture, kind of like, "Hey, can you get that? I'm filling her in."
Yeah, gonna check. I don't know if there's any kind of equivalent of caller ID, but we'll pick up.
Yeah, you can direct the call to your individual compad, and you can all be equipped with the high-tech earpieces, of course.
Nice. You've got to have high-tech earpiece if you're doing an operation like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're mandatory.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't work. if
Yeah,
you don't have those.
it's as mandatory as like a ballistic vest, right?
Exactly, yeah. On the other end is a voice that has some similarity to Luna's, but is taken on a kind of lost and bewildered inflection. Hello, I saw this number come up and said there's free pizza. How do I get my free pizza? I'm in space.
Percy just sort of puts a palm on his forehead, like, God, free pizza, is that what we went with?
Just kind of patch it into Percy also. She could have. do either of you respond to the... I'm in space.
I'm just trying to figure out how to respond in code.
Yeah, Percy's gonna feel that one. Just go, huh, in space. Pretty shadowy up there, right?
No, there's lots of lights here.
Oh.
Because it's a spaceship.
He signs across to Kana. I'm not sure if this is her.
I think the lots of lights is the, oh, we're being listened to.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, well, obviously because Percy is a seasoned spacer who is used to talking in code and had all of these thoughts in less time than it takes me to formulate a response.
That type of thing. Do we need to be buzzed into the building, or can we just walk up to the door for delivery?
It's real dark where you are. I could wait until you guys somebody jumped in with this, but I'll just say it. It sounds like code for give me visual confirmation.
Yeah.
Because he did kind of lure this message with her sister.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You know what? I think what Percy would say in response to that is, you know, it's weird. Daytime over the pizza place, and yet I can see the moon above, veils off the address, and then mutes himself and says to Luna, "Can you step outside for a second?" But your sister.
No, I don't want to.
She needs to see you to believe that we're not just bullshitting her.
God, it's gonna take a selfie with her.
That works
So
out.
much easier.
Your compact does also have video that you could do. This could be a video call.
True. I don't know why I assumed that she was just going to be, looking down on me. Yeah.
Yeah, we can totally make this into a video call. Actually, I don't know if I want to make this into a video call. It was just divined onto us that Percy Cameron's in this room.
But yeah, I think Percy would still go with it. Surprising. It's daytime down here, and yet the moon is shining particularly bright. We've got a sort of lunar light over a dress, and then mutes himself, holds the compad up at Luna, smile, click.
Luna does not smile. She says, "What?"
Perfect. Perfect. Even better. Click. I don't even know why it's even better. Yeah. If I pin across a message to that effect, will that? Fuck it. Do I just attach the picture and send it? I don't even know what I'm attaching it to. Do I just send the picture?
Yeah, you can just loop it into the stream. It's fine.
Fuck it. Why not? We will. We will. Yeah. Yeah. I will delete it as effectively as I'm able after it's been there for like 5 seconds. Let's see. Longer for you guys. Holy shit! That is actually my sister. They're with my sister. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's silence on the other line. How do I know she's safe?
If you can come down, you can meet her.
I can't come down.
How do we convince?
How do we get you out?
How do I know she's safe?
There's how do we convince her that that we know what we're doing?
Yeah. There's a little bit of an edge in her voice there.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to her?
Yes.
Gonna hand the phone over.
Well, Luna is skeptical at first, but hears her sister's voice. And there's a bit of an emotional breakdown.
Aww. Sweet shame.
And Luna wants to talk about everything. But eventually, fairly quickly, I should say, not eventually, fairly quickly, hands the phone back over, the compad back over to Kana and says, she wants to talk to you again.
Alrighty.
Percy,
Wait,
you were still on that.
I was, yeah.
And yeah, Luna was, doing the regular kind of civilian sister, I miss you so much, you're safe, etc., etc. Nia but was reserved, and kind of went into protective military older sister.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that sounds a bit what I'd expect from her.
And basically,
having met her a grand total of nonce.
What's that?
Having met her a grand total of nonce, that is what I'd expect from her.
It's kind of the impression you'd gotten from Mercenaries that she's good at what she does, and part of that is handing operation communications back to somebody involved in the operation. She knows that Luna's not, or at least she believes that Luna's not going to be part of this. And that's pretty much what the break there was. And Luna doesn't. She seems a little perturbed there, a little bit put off. But
she's probably used to her sister. She's probably used to her sister being a sister, not this military operator.
And she wants to talk to her sister for the next 5 hours.
Yeah. So as the line is swapping back over, Percy's going to say to Nia, "We have less reason to hurt her than your current boss does. In fact, that's what we're phoning about."
Exactly, we still have a reason to hurt her.
Yeah. She was getting hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Kill her handler and
you can read that as we still have a reason to hurt her.
Yeah, it's
just not as much.
Okay.
Whatever.
Retroactively, unlike your boss, we have no reason to hurt her.
She responds to that with, "Kill her handler and send me proof, and then I'll give you ship codes."
Oh.
Wait, isn't he currently coming back up to the ship to do stuff?
Her handler? Huh.
Yeah, I thought he was out of town for a day or so to resupply or whatever.
No, that was Syrian Percy resupplying for the medical stuff.
Okay.
I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I could be misreading it or misremembering.
But yeah, she is. And I should say that this is in coded language. It wasn't stated as plainly as I just did, but in coded language, she says, "Kill her handler, prove it," and then she will comms black out the ship and give you airlock entry codes.
So we base retriever.
Yeah, so she assumes that we're going to pick a fight with them. Okay, I think an equally
I'm
coded
actually
line.
fine with that.
I mean,
But carry on. Yeah, it's you.
I mean, of all the crew, I am the most fine with that, I think.
You absolutely can counter-propose. That's just what she has suggested. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, counter proposal is that she comes down off the ship, gives us enough information to get them, like, recognized as slavers, and we let the authorities attack them while we keep the Voss sisters safe for a few days. And we can kill the handler afterwards if she wants. That's a treat, you know?
She says that coming planetside is a no-go. It's a non-starter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. She's actually wanted planet side.
She does know that there are psychics, metaphans. That, whether she realizes that you know she can metamorph or not, she knows that metamorph should be detectable.
Gee, if only we had a teleporter that could teleport to some ship coordinates that she has.
Can't do that unless I've been there already.
Yeah.
Ah, shame.
Literally not how teleporting works.
Shame.
Just imagine if you could if you just had to see something.
If I could do it, I would do it, but I can't.
In fairness, I think you would have suggested that by now if we could do it.
Yeah.
But imagine if line of sight worked through cameras.
It does not.
That would be that'd be an awesome unique gift right there.
That would be a GM Nightmare unique gift right there.
That would be
just any time you can get someone on comms.
Which is probably exactly why it doesn't work like that.
But it would be hilarious.
Okay,
for the first 2 times.
Right, real quick, strategy meeting out of character. Shadow says coming planetside is no go. She can black out the ship.
Ellie does raise a good point about the counter-proposed idea.
Yeah, but see that's legit as well. The idea, but what if they try and sell her to someone they worked with? That's a valid concern. Can I want to get enslaved? It's for a plan, I promise. Is somewhat less encouraging. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there is something to the idea of, like genetically disguise her as one of theirs. We could kill the handler and send him up, or send a clone of him up. I mean, say clone, canon disguise. You know what I mean? She sees Shadow, grab, teleport. But
also, I will note. I mean, I know Elise isn't here, but there is that fancy new sniper rifle. That'd be great for assassinating someone.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be out of line for Elise, according to Jackal.
I'm inclined to agree.
The biggest problem is extraction, but obviously if Kana comes clean, then
honestly, yeah, I think the biggest problem is that we don't know Kana's a teleporter.
It makes it pretty hard to plan in character.
Yeah.
But presumably we could probably still think that we could probably extract, right? Which is a thing with assassination, and then, the perimeter won't care if it's not corporate.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Have we considered poison gas?
What about the handler? Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time.
For the ship, but
Oh.
There is live cargo on that ship.
And also Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow is easily workaroundable. We have her sister. But the live cargo, that's a good point.
I think the point was we don't want to poison Shadow.
Yeah, no, that we have her sister. It's fine. It'll work. That'll be fine.
I'm confused.
I'm not sure how...
Yeah.
DNA will be similar enough that I can. I'm sure.
I think the logic behind that goes as far as Ellie going, "Oh, pretty lady," and getting distracted.
Hey!
I think so.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong in this one specific scenario.
Is that so?
This is one specific scenario. I hate that.
But yeah, I do think that, like, if she can black out the ship, then like a strike team of say Percy, Libra, maybe Doug if we had explosives, and Kana if she's willing to come clean terms about teleporting, can absolutely rendezvous with Shadow, boop the fuck off.
But then what about the slaves? Do we care about that?
That's for the authorities to deal with. We're not a charity.
Okay, but okay, are we taking the sisters along? Because if no, that's 3 test subjects.
I don't think we're going to take the slaves as test subjects.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I think that's a line we don't want to cross.
Yes.
It's one thing to not care. It's one thing to not take care. Save them. It's another thing to turn them into test subjects for Riley. I'm just saying that might be crossing a line for most of us.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? Mentioning it, I don't actually think Riley would go for that herself. I. But Jackal was having a good time, huh?
Evidently, yes. Evidently. Yeah, I do think. Okay, you know what? I can't force Kana to make a reveal. But yeah, I think Percy can suggest in code speak, which of course we have kind of versed in by now, that like we have a sniper. If we pop him, we can go to your ship, rendezvous, get you the fuck out of there, and then sick the authorities on them. Because we don't want to get into a space battle that we don't need to? Question mark? Somebody else take the Jackal and paint my nails.
Why do you always paint your nails at fucking 10 in the evening?
Because it's a good time for it. What else am I doing with my hands at this time? Can't answer that.
Okay, fine, I won't. You set me up so well, though. How dare you?
But yeah, so Dix, what does Nia make of that proposal?
Oh, I did not realize that was being broadcast. Can you summarize it for me?
Yeah, we have a sniper, shoot the guy, send a photo, head up to her, she comes back out to the ship, we rendezvous with her and extract her the fuck out of there, then sick the people who would normally deal with this kind of thing on them because she knows enough about what was going on, having been there under coercion and threat under her sister's life. Of course, she was being watched the whole time, she had no chance to let them sooner, etc, 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 you get the idea. But
I'm not sure that she can do that because she's currently a wanted criminal.
Ah, fuck.
She also has her own ideas here. First of all, she wants to make sure that Luna is not part of this conversation, that she's not able to hear this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You confirm that for her?
Yeah,
I mean, you just affirmatively say that, yeah, no, she can't hear. In some way that Luna doesn't understand you talking about her.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. If we're talking in code speak so Luna doesn't know we're talking about Luna, then yeah, that's fine. If she means Luna actually be out of the room, then Luna's probably not going to be as okay with that.
No, she just wants to make sure that Luna's not going to hear what Nia is about to say. And
sure, no, we've got
Luna's ears.
Yeah, no, we've got her muted. It's just coming into our headsets.
And what Nia says is that she wants all of them dead. In so many words, she wants everyone except for the slaves on the ship dead and the slaves turned over. Or basically rescued. She has a definite bias in how she wants this handled. She wants blood.
I mean, I can understand that.
For somebody who's being helped out of a situation where her sister's life is being held hostage, so that she's being forced to do the one thing that she finds morally reprehensible, she sure has a lot of conditions on how she wants to be helped.
But she is offering us a great way to start off on good terms with her, which is probably pretty important in your ace pilot.
I mean, that's true.
Money.
That's true.
Heck, maybe she'll take less pay.
I thought we were sort of like turning her loose so that we have a friend out there if we need it.
Were we? I thought we were gonna have our second pilot and we're gonna get a fighter.
Yep, we have a second pilot. Her name is Ava Maria Notario.
Yeah, but she's like a backup pilot.
That's good.
I mean, she's not a dedicated pilot. Do we make her a dedicated pilot on this?
You did make her a dedicated pilot. She
She is a
can,
dedicated pilot.
yeah, she can get
What is it?
better, but her skills
What is-
are more atmospheric.
Yep. So will Kana or Nia be our backup pilot then, and that makes Notario our backup pilot?
Kana can just then
Well, if we
become
have a
your
fighter, if you have a
atmospheric pilot.
fighter, then you just have a fighter
Is,
pilot and then a cruiser pilot.
No, 'cause I'm
Is
not
that the
suggesting
back
that
of the sex?
And then you have your atmospheric pilot.
Oh, God, Dex, that does make sense. Why does that make sense? She's watching Jason porn.
Wait, the movie or the person?
Yes. Okay, so God, it does feel a bit awkward that we need to stop and strategize after everything that Nia says.
She's not
yeah, so-
making it like let me rephrase that a little bit. She's not saying do it my way or no deal. She is voicing a kind of a primal anger, and she wants these people dead. It's not a position that you think you would not be able to convince her out of if you really want to. Or let me clear that up. It is a position you think you could convince her out of if that led to the bigger thing for her, safety of her sister.
Yeah. Okay. In
I
that case, the way I
we kind of need to deal with those people in some way, and if we
Yeah,
can't get the authorities to do it, we need to do it.
And so the question that I'm going to put to Nia, someone stop me if I'm saying something that's like very obviously tactically wrong, is how much does it matter to her that we absolutely kill them as we're also performing the extraction of her, and how opposed would she be to the building that they're being held up and after they get arrested being blown up?
She capitulates a little bit and says it's more about keeping the slaves safe than about actually killing them. And then she kind of swings back on that and says, but she also wants them dead because of forcing her to work for them.
Oh, believe me, I understand.
So yeah, you've learned she has competing interests here. Her priorities seem to be, first off, Luna's safety.
Yeah.
Second, safety of those slaves and their rescue. And third, she really wants those people dead.
Yeah. To which I would say that we prefer not to be straight up fighters, and we are not hostage negotiators or evacuators. We're special operatives. A proper, like, galactic mandate force or whatever, as bad as I feel about using them as a primary part of the plan, and I will express that, as bad as I feel about using them as a primary part of the plan, they're much more trained for this than we are. If that makes sense. And like,
she wanted by galactic mandate or just on Astos?
whoever it is that's looking for the slavers, or they're totally not slavers. You have no proof of slavers.
Yeah, she doesn't actually care how all this is accomplished. If you can manage to get galactic mandate to do these things, and imprisonment, she concedes as probably fair enough.
Prisons can be blown up.
Asta comes back.
Oh, is it go time? Are we? All right, great. Cool. Well, let's get out of here.
Jackal.
having a very time right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone tell him about how it's obviously a fake name because Jason Bourne, like he was born, is clearly fake. Again, can't type it right now. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie.
Nice, Ellie. Jason
Okay,
Bourne. Okay, so
so
yeah. After
how-
comes back, hang on real quick. Nox, what did you mean by Kana saying, "Okay, let's go"?
This is the point where Myoken is going to say, "All right, so we can't like walk through the streets. Raza, Spectre Star, I get the picture. So let's just warp there."
But where we?
Are you a
don't have a drive.
teleporter?
Wait, what the fuck?
And
I've
Asta
literally
has
been
the
wearing it
same
on my
look.
sleeve.
Like what?
Percy just sort of looks at her sleeves and goes, "Not seeing it."
I'm sorry, Nox. What did Kana say?
I've literally been wearing it on my sleeve. Spacers.
You know what? Let me roll a quick check for Luna. Where'd my disposition die? Skills. I think she's about that. And skill. Nope. She does not recognize that.
I reiterate, spacers.
That if you have
this
some,
Myoken calling everyone uncultured.
yeah.
Swine.
But why are we being called uncultured?
Because Myoken's status as a teleporter is literally like on her clothes.
Literally wearing a sign.
Like she basically has a badge that says,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm a teleporter," but no
Yeah,
one
but
else
isn't-
recognizes it.
Because it's ingrained in her culture, which none of us got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we haven't been told?
I
Yeah.
guess you just assumed that we should have already known.
That's reasonable.
It wasn't being hidden.
Honestly, that's valid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Percy's just gonna sort of look at her like, "What the fuck?" for a second, and then go, "Okay, this opens up options. We can't discuss. We can't talk about everything. This opens up right now.
How far can you go?
True.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
She asked, "How far can you go?" And she immediately follows up, "Can you take me to my sister?"
Ooh.
I can't go off-world.
If we got you closer.
I have to have been there.
Fuck. Well. No, that's
But
fine.
if I can get in there, I can get you out.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is what we're doing now.
Yeah, extracting shadow just got a whole lot. What?
Oh.
Mhm.
If it
I assume that was us getting teleported.
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, in that case, cut out the what? Yeah, but Percy will say, extracting Nia just got a hell of a lot easier. We only need to fight our way in, not back out necessarily.
will you be able to let me see her without us, being seen visiting?
I mean,
It's been a
if we
decade.
Jesus, fucking, oh, I'm so sorry.
I was 12 when she left.
Oh, fucking hell. Is Nia still on the line at this point? Actually,
What was that?
is Nia still on the line with us?
Yes, she is. She is silent.
Yeah. Percy just sort of takes a moment and then goes, and that's why we're going to reunite you. And that is why we're going to get your sister the fuck out of that place. So, Shadow, you on board? We get in, we get you the fuck out.
As softly from Shadow, she asks, and I can see Luna?
We'll keep you safe in the meantime. While they're still out there without you on board, we'll keep you safe. Both of you.
It's a lot easier when you can just teleport her.
Yeah. Especially when you have the range to do planetary to ship teleports.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think, while this isn't actually coming across on video, I do think it's fun to present this. There's a picture of Nia.
Here's a picture of what Nia looks like right now. She might be different in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, notice the similarity with Luna, though.
Yeah.
Genetics.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Like, a bit longer hair, darker jacket.
Yeah.
Apart from that, pretty similar. Is
I
that
can
her
make
default
the Luna
appearance?
picture bigger if it's easier.
Is that her default appearance, or does she purposely pick appearances that are close to her sister? I suppose that's a question for later.
Yeah, it's a question for later because
Very
the
not
characters
known.
haven't actually seen her yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But because I'm already revealing what she looks like, that actually is Luna's natural appearance. Or sorry, Nia's natural appearance.
I was gonna say, I figured it was Luna's natural appearance,
yeah.
given that she's
Yeah.
not a shapeshifter.
No, obviously, Nia just shapeshifts into whatever Luna's gonna look like in like 5 years.
Oh god. But yeah, yeah, that was Percy's answer to Nia's very quiet question, which was, well, they're out there without you on board, we'll keep you both safe, however long it takes. Together.
I only have 2 more days of leave that I can use without question. And I have to be back at work. Or there will be questions.
Percy can't help himself. He snickers a little bit and he goes, 2 days. I think that's enough time. We'll be in touch.
No, I thought you were taking me with you.
We are. We're going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was saying to Nia, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, Luna, Nia
She come
says
with her.
thank you, but Luna freaks out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
no, don't wait. Don't wait, we'll be in touch with her. You're coming with us, we're keeping you safe.
Yeah, you end the call. Nia transmits to you a just a code that you can ping to her ship, to the nest egg, with the intent that that's your signal to her to black out the comms. That it's go time.
Nice.
And remember, the comms blackout is basically going to allow you to approach with the Raza, so you can dock, and you've already got the airlock codes.
Nice. We
So-
love to see it. We love to see it.
The chances of being observed are effectively limited to somebody happening to look at the external camera and see, hey, what's that ship coming up close to us, and why hasn't our ship alerted us? Or looking at the airlock.
Yeah. To which the correct answer is, of course, pizza delivery.
It unless Nia is actually really good at hacking, it's unlikely that she'll be able to prevent the airlock from making some kind of alert to anybody nearby when you're opening it.
Yeah.
ships like to make sure everybody knows that an airlock is being opened,
Yeah.
especially if they're in, that area of the ship.
Yeah. The question being, can Das hack an airlock from the outside?
Typically very difficult. You have to be able to drill into the drill through hardened hull to get to electronics. It can be done. It'll just take some time. It's sorry, it's not even actually difficult. It's just the
A pain in the ass.
the effort involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alternatively, we just expect a fight as we're going in, which, yeah, no, fair. We are not short of fight. So yeah, I'm overall pretty okay with this plan. Wait, so Nia said that she had like 2 days of leave, so I assume that's not planet-side leave?
Just 2 days before
That's
she has to
Luna,
report
wasn't it?
back to work, basically.
Report back to work. So is she on the ship but not working, or is she...
It's Luna, I think, right?
Luna, yes. It's Luna that's got
Right.
2 more days of leave.
Right, I thought you were saying Nia had leave, and I was like, this is odd.
Yeah, that would be odd. No, Nia's pretty much
Yeah.
trapped. She's caged in her bridge right now.
Yeah, I figured, yeah. Okay, so in that case, when Luna says that I've only got 2 days of leave left, Percy, again, just can't help himself. He laughs a little bit, and then he goes, "You do remember who you're talking to, right? You think we'll be 2 days?"
I'm more worried about you just blowing up the whole ship.
The whole reason we're doing this...
I
is
know,
so
I
that
know.
we-
It's just
yeah.
you guys have a reputation.
Mm.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you're terrorists, right?
Look, if we told you about some of the stuff that the Megacorps have done in retaliation, they're not exactly sparkling either.
Well,
Look, I feel like we can probably talk about this later. We don't want fucking Mr. Bourne. I can't believe that's his name.
I know, it's so stupid.
Right. Anyways, yeah, we don't want him coming back. We should probably yeah, get in touch with Elise, and then he starts to looks across at Kana. How does the bomb how does it work?
Does it
Actually,
hurt?
that is a question for Dex. What is like the range of what you're pulling?
The range of what you're what?
Teleporting with.
The range you
Is
can
it-
pull in, I think it was.
Is the range touch, or is...
I think it was more than touch, but it's not much more.
Oh yeah, I usually
Within
assume
3
it's,
meters.
it's like within
Okay.
touch range, but you don't have to actually be touching.
Okay.
You know, close proximity. I'm not going to get too specific with it. You're all in the same room. You can
don't have
all.
to hug. You get it.
Mm.
Until we try and game the rules, there's not going to be specific rules on it. Got it.
Basically, yes.
Excellent.
And most
and I
likely,
guess
if you do try to game the rules, I'll just be like, all right, well, then make a teleportation skill check.
Great.
Yeah.
Then I guess the warning people will get is grab your things. I don't want to leave everything behind or anything behind. And don't be facing me. I don't want any of you to throw up on me. And then we go.
All right. You get the snacks. Asta has she hasn't actually brought in a shopping cart. She has bags,
That's
which
fair.
she passes off to Percy and excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, herself.
That's fair. I will pass this off to Percy and me.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, and then Percy doesn't know quite what to expect. He expects it to be some build-up, so he's sort of bracing himself for like a bright light to start glowing or something.
We're just on the cargo later.
Oh. Oh, this is. Oh. Hmm. Mm. He sort of shakes his head a little bit. Whew, brain's not used to that happening.
I think she's close enough. Luna is queasy, but holds it.
Mm.
Fuck, do the vomit comment.
Percy sort of looks at Kana and he's sort of squinting a little bit, like there's a pain in his head, and goes, "Is it normal for you, like, right after you teleport, you're like hyper aware of your surroundings?"
The first few times, you get used to it.
No, I mean, like, shit, it feels like I can practically see what's behind me. Fucking. He sort of shakes his head a little bit and.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
I don't actually know what the inside of the cargo lighter looks like.
Cargo lighters, as I've described, are basically a cargo container. Well, sorry, it's the hub of a semi truck, but it has a spine that scoops over and back so that it can grab onto a cargo container, like you would see on cargo ships or container ships. The transportation is mostly done in the container. It's sealed. It has a short supply of oxygen to make sure that you can safely get down and back. A couple hours supply probably. And there's room in the cab usually for the pilot, who does have to be up in the cab, and one person in a passenger seat, two uncomfortably. Like it's not a single seat, in my opinion, that you can just fit 3 people across. It's designed more like a space semi truck or semi cab, where they are separate seats. But you could still fit 2 people in that passenger seat if you really wanted to. You can also, of course, get luxury or upgraded cabs if you really want to. At the time that you guys bought yours, you were kind of just getting what was available. You had a choice of colors, I believe. So yeah, that's what a cargo lighter looks like. For the safety of it, so that you're not just teleporting into the docks where people can see, you've probably teleported people into the container part.
Yeah.
And I'll say that there's an airlocked passage from the container that you got into the cabin.
Sorry, give me just a sec.
There are more than 4 Vickies.
Excuse me?
There were 2, and I put a question mark, and then there were 3, and I put more question marks. And then there were 4, and now there's.
I got 4.
Yeah, I commented at 3, and then I just gave up.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's more. How many did you start? How many did you start? How many did you start? Why? Help. Okay, finally, that's the last one. Okay, so coming out like clowns in the car. Oh god, Ellie's trying to buy my keys. Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew. How did I know you were going to joke about that, Ellie?
Okay. So you're at the cargo lighter. Are you going to try and navigate any questions? Are you trying to go back to the ship?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Okay. You will have to either come back through the port, so teleport away and then come back through the port so that you're actually seen going to your ship, unless you want them to have reason to suspect there's a teleporter. sorry, going back to your dock. It is a controlled dock, and so they know who got off the cargo lighter, and they will have record of who's staying on planet if those people don't effectively come back through the port to get on the cargo lighter. So do you want to spend the extra effort to mask your trail, or are you going to try and just go up into the cabin and gaslight them? No, we totally walked over. Sorry you didn't see us, but here we are all right now in the cabin, and you can turn on the cabin feeds and show them, and try and disavow any suspicions of teleporters. Or do you want to let them think that people are still on the planet?
I'm willing to let them think that people are still on the planet. It would be logged somewhere that Luna is a new addition that we're bringing out. Luna can't be seen with us.
Exactly, yeah. And if they think that we're there, then so much the better. They might not think we're somewhere else. We can always teleport to the other side and walk back through.
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that for me?
I'm saying, like...
Milken is going to teleport out and then walk back in.
Okay, gotcha.
Eventually.
Luna can't be seen with the Percy. I'm just going to let them think that the people that we left behind here are just left behind.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You can go back and bring us out later on.
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah, okay. So that is not questioned at all. And you're able to get authorization to take off in the lighter and return to your ship.
Great.
You haven't visibly brought any cargo with you, so they're not even inspecting it.
Nice.
It is questionable. It was a risk bringing all those snacks. Did you pay duties on those? Did you pay the export license? So, you dodged one there. I am kidding a little bit.
Yeah, surely, like, us leaving with some of the delicious snacks that we bought to help fuel the tourism industry, surely they won't suspect us of anything for that, right? Nobody's ever tried to use that as a cover for smuggling.
Customs.
I am being slightly hyperbolic.
These snacks are proprietary.
So?
But on the way up, Myokin is going to say to Percy, we're going to need to have a talk later. I've, the taps her head, dinged you.
Percy just sort of tilts his head and gives her a look like, huh? He's like visibly confused.
I've dinged you. You've been dinged.
Okay, sure. Just very cautious nodding. But not too intense because his head still hurts. But, yeah, okay. Like, settle down a bit, but still. Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I guess we head back up.
Okay. All right. We're right near the end here.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of time for any scenes, and think we've seen the least of Das and Doug and Riley this session. Although I believe Ellie is unable to speak right now.
No, I can talk.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I'm not at I'm at my parents' place, so I am.
All right.
I can't hear the kitchen from here, and vice versa. So,
Are there any scenes any of the three of you would like to roll out?
Well, still need to work on your toxin injector mod.
I do.
That's right.
Who do I need to talk to for about that again?
It was basically me, Das, and you. We all need to make checks.
Had I talked to you about that yet?
Yes. Yeah, you talked to me about it. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably something we can do.
Right. So I still
while
need to
back.
recruit Das for that.
Yeah, did we bring Das in on it yet? I know it was mentioned that was gonna be a requirement, but
Don't remember.
well, not specifically Das, but the program check.
Yeah.
Which on this ship means Das, let's be real.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Right.
that's why I went straight to Das. Instead of saying program check, me mentioning Das is me mentioning the program check.
I
Look,
mean,
she's a lot more than just a programming check.
Is she?
Yes!
Okay, if you say so, Chief. You say so. Right. I'm gonna go find Das then somewhere.
Well, Das has returned to the Raws a couple hours ago, with Acid and Doug. What's Das been up to in this time?
Probably while they were still on the planet, doing sort of passive comms monitoring just to make sure things were going as planned. But then as soon as they're back to the cargo lighter and on their way back up, probably just disappeared.
That man's the
Right. So I'm gonna attempt to look for Das.
Good luck with that.
Which basically just involves sending Das a message to say, where the fuck you at? Can I have a moment?
Okay, in fairness, you've at least figured out how she works.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't bother looking for Das. You just send a message that says, "Hey, come see me," and then she just sort of appears near you.
Come see me when you have a moment to talk. I need to ask you something. That's the entire message.
Okay. Yeah, and not super long after, Das appears vaguely near you.
Das.
Yeah, you know, like pops out of a vent round the corner and then walks around the corner.
Das. I thought I heard a vent opening nearby. Thank you. That was fast. I don't remember how long ago I sent that message. I got distracted. Right. I was about to say, as you may know, but I've definitely not told you this yet. I'm currently working with Doug on a utility item for myself, and Doug mentioned that we might need some coding expertise, so we were wondering if you could help out with that, if you were willing.
Yeah, sure.
Lovely. Do you have time right now to go find Dog and Dog?
Dog?
I don't. We need to go talk to. I'm just gonna leave that in as a slip up of Doug's name. You've got the time to go and find Dog to talk about that right now. See what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go assume Doug's in the workshop.
It's usually a good assumption.
Yeah.
So I'm
Probably
gonna
right.
Out of the
head
engine
there.
room.
Are you going to go through the vents, or are you going to walk with me?
I'll walk with you.
Fair enough. She gets up and starts walking.
She doesn't use the vents for everything, right?
But I don't know Das well enough yet if that's something that I would do.
No, like if Das was going there alone, she absolutely would be using the vents.
Mm-hmm.
But
So, how are you
she's
feeling
not,
about
so.
the whole ad thing?
I don't know. It's yeah.
Mm.
It's weird.
Yes. I mean, it's Market Corp, so shouldn't be too surprised. Let's just hope that. I would say let's hope the attention dies down, but that's very unlikely to happen. I'm sorry to say.
Based on what they were
Ah.
saying with the when they were trying to get the box, that's
Mm-hmm.
they want whatever the heck was in there, and
Got your. Well,
we
they've
don't
got.
know what was in there.
We don't know, but they've got the entirety of your genetic information, and it's linked to something they find very important, at least
Yeah.
somewhere in the upper brass. So either it's something that's a company-wide importance, or it's a personal project of someone. Neither of which are going to get dropped easily.
Yep.
So yeah. You thought about maybe changing some of that DNA to go fly under the radar if you ever do get checked?
I hadn't, but maybe I should.
I've thought about it. There's plenty of things that can be changed. And, well, I do happen to be quite good at it, so you don't have to go outsource that. How long is the walk to the workshop?
You
Probably
can
not
be there
that
as soon
long.
as you're ready. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big ship, but it's not a ginormous ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like probably no more than 10 minutes to get any from one point.
Yeah. I think the answer to how long is the walk to any place on the Raza is
Whenever you're there.
as long as is narratively appropriate for the scene that we're having.
Right. It's
I was
like
gonna
the
say,
Mass
it's the length-
Effect elevators.
Yeah.
It's the length of the plot away.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that.
One plot away.
Well, Das, think about it. If you want more information, I will always be in the med bay. And let me know what you think. Eventually, I see we're coming up on the workshop. Take your time, though. No pressure. I am gonna knock on the entrance to the workshop and peek inside. Doug, you here?
Yeah, I'm fiddling with all these new little gadgets I got down in Astos.
Right. Do you have some time to I finagled Das over here. Do you have some time to finagle my talk about my thing?
Oh yeah, sure. These will sit for a while.
Good, lovely.
This thing's got to do a damn update. Like every time you do something new, it's got to run an update. I should have cut you
Yeah,
off.
I'm glad my medical equipment doesn't update that often for security purposes.
Like, why does a foot pedal even need to update?
Some of the things do need updates, but a lot of the things are robust enough to never need it. Yes, but
Anyways, how can I help you?
Right. You remember the toxin injector? So the the substance injector we talked about?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure I've got I've got some. I drew up some. I don't want to say
We had
prototype,
some.
but preliminary plans here. Like I mean, shape is we can always reshape it, but what do you think of the just various designs? He's been doing his homework.
Good. Now, you mentioned that we need to be coding to do, but no, I'll admit I completely forgot to ask what exactly would need to be coded.
Well, if you're putting various substances in here, you might want to know how much to, send out, so to speak. And
right.
Yeah, it's gonna need to be pretty smart for what you're looking for.
Right. So calculating dosages based off of the entity we're stabbing.
Yeah, that.
And also, based on what exactly we want to happen. Right. Yes. No. Okay. That would make sense.
Right. I mean, if you just wanted to, damn, well, as like a full vial or something in there. Yeah, I probably don't need DAS, but
No, it'd be nice to have some versatility. Yeah, I'm not going to ask if you think that's possible because I have faith in your programming skills, but how long do you think that might take you to program?
Dex, how long do I think that'll take?
Well, the real
Just
difficulty
projects.
there, well, actually, it's not difficult as you can see from the 10 for DAS. It's difficult for anybody else, and that real difficulty is in the speed at which these calculations need to occur. It needs to be able to pull sensor readings from the weapon, highly delicate sensor readings, which is what Doug's part is in this, is making sure that they don't get damaged by the many impacts that this little weapon will have. Because it's not just a syringe. This is a weapon that's being jammed into somebody. So you can, the programming takes those sensor readings against the known substance that is being employed and tries to calculate exactly how much is needed so that you don't kill them if you don't want to, or you do kill them very quickly if you want to. It's got the option to incapacitate for 1d6 hours or kill them in 1d6 rounds.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the programming part. It's not so much a challenge to program, it's a challenge to program it to work extremely fast.
Yeah. Okay.
And since you're all here and kind of working on it, I will let you all make your skill checks. If you recall, I'll just link it to you. Toxin injector.
I do not remember what checks need to be made. Absolutely not.
There you go. You can just click on that, and you see the 3 skill checks needed to make this, and this scene will count as the scene relevant to building or testing the mod.
Alright, so...
Just choose your favorite shape, Riley.
Choose my favorite shape.
Yeah, I don't actually have like any pictures or anything, but Doug is like drawn out, sketched out a few possible designs.
I'm not gonna fuss over the specific looks of the knife in it.
All right, well I'm gonna go with the one I like. Which has got it's got like a Bowie knife look to it.
Honestly, trust the crafter instead of the doctor.
I mean, as a doctor, I also have some knowledge of what the best stabby stab goes to.
You know what scalpels work.
Scalpels are good stabbies.
You know what they say? The customer is always right in matters of taste.
Yeah,
Thank you for using the whole phrase.
Indeed.
Bowie knife style it is. Alright. So int fix from Doug. Int program from Das, not hacking. And int heal from...
Most likely to fail, but I can re-roll this, right?
Yeah.
You mean I can't just like hack someone else who already made this?
Oh, you cannot.
Just fair.
Oh wow, yeah, you did.
Yeah, mine was probably the most questionable because I don't have any specialists or anything to support it. Like they do.
I forgot that yours was the highest too.
4 dice, 3 or 4 dice.
Nice.
Okay.
Impressive rules team.
Yeah. And assuming that Doug has been kind of mocking up CAD designs since occasionally since Riley first mentioned it, you guys can work together a design and have it finished by the end of tomorrow. It isn't going to be immediately available to you, but with all the programming and the structural analysis completed, you'll have it done tomorrow.
Yay! Where's my credits going? All in this part.
The important part's gonna be it does take a pre-tech though. It only takes 1 though, right?
Yes, and you can choose which one you want to use.
All right. Did we have? Let me see. It was computing and materials. I think we had extra So what do we need? No, we still need one of each for.
Hmm.
Oh wait, we needed. Let me see. So yeah, we didn't need another computing, but we need the 2 computings that we have. But what do we need those for? The big gun, which is going to be a long time to get because we need a lot of spare parts. I think we can find another computing by then.
Hmm.
I think if everyone's okay with that.
Okay.
Because I guess pre-tech components are pretty much a party source with all
Yeah.
the repairs.
And this is really a, a good weapon.
Yeah.
It's a nice weapon. Yay. It's cute.
It's cute.
All right, so no
Mhm.
one's supposed to. Yeah, I think computing's the more reasonable one because we need that for Drive 6 and the really big gun, and both of those we're short on a metric. Well, many tons of spare parts.
Mm.
We won't be needing them anytime soon.
So you're going to use computing or
Use computing. Yes.
Okay. So we're
'Cause
removing
we
the
need a lot
materials
more. We
requirement.
need a lot more materials, and a lot of the materials can be used. Can be applied much easier, I think.
Okay.
So I think the use of the computing is less harmful to us.
Mm.
All right. Updated.
Yep. Updating. We've added this still needed.
Yay,
Okay,
love
cool.
chicks. There goes all my money.
Nice.
Now, I guess I should ask, the mod itself is the 8,000. Are you wanting to modify a normal melee weapon with this, or do you want to masterwork one?
I should probably. I mean, I
It's
feel
only
like
10
it should be a
times.
masterwork.
Yeah.
And that's just for the cost of the advanced melee weapon, right? Small melee weapon,
Yeah, it adds
which isn't
360 credits to the total cost, so a total of
400
8,400.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, I think you can afford that. It will also presumably take me longer because I'll have to mastercraft it, but I'll
No,
put
that's
it
fine. That's
it won't
fine.
take long.
I'm-
It'll take
I'm
less than a.
not
I
in
think
a
it'll take
rush.
less than a. Will take a week. I forget how long these things take.
I'll say that the time you've some of that time has already been spent,
Yeah.
and I'm
Okay,
still gonna
yeah,
stick
I've
with.
definitely had a few days where I'm not because I haven't actually had anything in my queue
Mhm.
proper.
Yeah, I'm
Really
still
few
happy to
days.
stick with it being available
Tomorrow.
basically in 24 hours the next day.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
cool. I won't bother to add it to my queue then, because I don't think I have.
What does
Yeah,
the masterwork stuff do, by the way? I don't actually know.
It basically means that that mod won't require maintenance to keep working.
Oh, yes, very important.
It's essentially, yeah. The idea like a masterwork is like you're basically you're building it from the ground up to incorporate that mod as part of the
Mm.
as part of
okay,
the
that makes
weapon
sense.
or equipment. So it's built in and does not require upkeep.
Yeah.
But I
okay,
can still add other mods to it.
Like, s- mm, mm.
We can, I'll just give you a list once I double check what's good for melee. There's not too many for melee weapons.
No, but this is
I
really
don't think
fun
auto
one.
targeting would work. I don't know.
I mean, the concealed mod is really nice.
Yeah, true. I usually like mastercrafting that one, but yeah, I don't think you're making that requirement anymore, right, Dex?
No, I don't think we're gonna meet the requirement given what the weapon is for.
No. So he was at one point that was a talk about like, oh, it requires you to
That wasn't a
concealed
Dex
code
requirement. That was a
mastercrafted.
media requirement.
Or something like it had to be built into it still.
Yeah, that was a character requirement. I don't.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
you
that
had
was
something like that at some point, Dex, because I think there was some question about like, oh, how do you conceal it? Of course, a knife,
That was-
obviously, easy.
That was a question. That was a requirement set by my character in the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not make a weapon unless it had the concealed mod built in.
Well, I still kind of like that, but yeah, I can do that, and that's just another 400 credits for the concealed. Let me see.
I'm gonna be poor after this. Okay.
That will add time, but I'll try.
That should actually add 4,000 credits because the masterwork makes the base cost of the weapon 400 credits.
Does that
Concealed
affect
is
the map?
times 10, isn't it?
Much time to cost 10 times as much as the normal device. Does it add? It feels like master crafting shouldn't make the concealed more expensive, but I mean, I guess 4,000 credits to Riley is probably not that big a deal.
Yeah,
that's probably more credits than I have with a base cost of 8,000.
it's still not right. It's still not a big deal. The reason that I think I go that is because I feel like the master crafting makes the base item that cost, the master craft item's cost. So it's no longer a 40 base cost dagger.
Cost 10 times.
It's a 400 base cost dagger, and then the mods are based on that cost.
Ideal platforms for the tech's own modifications. First mod installed requires no maintenance. I guess, yeah. I guess auto targeting could work for a knife. It just says by kinetic targeting aids.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want a +1 to attack with it, we'll work something out that works. I do think the auto targeting is fine, probably as written. But if one of the mods there, you like the mechanical bonus.
I guess phasing is kind of. Well, let me see. I mean,
Yeah.
phasing doesn't really specify melee versus that, but it's.
Yeah,
I feel like phasing is almost kind of like the melee equivalent of auto targeting being ranged, but I don't know.
The important thing on the mods list is the mechanical benefit. The fiction of how it does it, we can work out.
Yeah, well, the reason I say it because phasing is the same effect as auto targeting, but it's obviously it's significantly more expensive. So I guess I don't think about maybe that's just like that because it can stack.
Yes, I see that as an example of you can stack the attack bonus up to +3, but it's not just going to be 3 different variations of auto targeting. It's going to be auto targeting plus something that's more expensive.
Oh yeah, because customized too. Yeah, customized. Yeah, customized is the cheap one and restricts it.
Yeah.
User, and then auto targeting is general but more expensive, and then phasing is significantly more expensive.
Yeah, I see that as just an example of how to stack without it just being, yeah, it's another 500 credits for your next +1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me see. So it's the concealed mod would be half cost for me. So even if we get, so it would be an extra 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's okay. I'll break it down. I'll break it down to let you know what cost and everything would be. So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, we are a couple minutes over. I'm going to bring us into the review frame. And I don't think I have any specific questions. Oh, I did have a specific question. Before the break, I tried to jump in and kind of corral you when I felt like you were spinning a little bit. Did I jump in too late, or did that feel like good timing?
That felt like good timing, I thought.
That was good timing.
Okay. Like, it did feel like we were just starting to veer off from, okay, yeah, we're having a discussion, to, okay, yeah, we're circling back to things that we've discussed already.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's something that I try to be constantly aware of because I ran for the same group for about 10 years, I think I fell into, I know I fell into a certain comfort with how they do things. And, you know, every group's a little bit different. I didn't often need to come in and somebody was going to make a decisive action at some point, fairly quickly, and the rest would just deal with it. So that wasn't a GMing approach that works for all groups, and I learned that with Meowkin's first time through the Darkstar cycle. We had a lot of very intellectual planners that needed to be put on a path.
Planning focus.
Yeah.
So it's something that I will continually ask if I've hit the mark on that. I guess the only other thing was, did you like the Spectre Star Technologies reveal?
Holy shit!
I mean, like in character, no, that's terrible. Out of character, what the heck is going on with this? Yes, very interested to see where this goes.
Yes. So does anyone else Does anyone else kind of get the feeling that we have some false memories mixed in with our QEDs? Maybe. Because like what we've believed so far and what we've heard so far does not match up.
Have we had any discrepancies in the memories that we've gotten?
I don't
everyone
think so.
Everyone talked about how much Porcelain hated the Megacorps. Like I wasn't.
Yeah, but
that wasn't just as Rajon as well mentioned it.
I know, but have we gotten that from the QEDs?
Maybe not the QEDs, but then like maybe it's some sort of perceptual filter thing.
I would also ask, or like to raise that. Think about your own characters' personalities. Did they stay the same?
No. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's no telling how Porcelain. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Fuck. So you're
but I mean, obviously, Porcelain. Hold on. How?
So
I guess the question is, how long has Porcelain been head of Spectre Star Security?
You're telling me that she's gone white hat hacker on us, or that she was possibly also. God, how many double agents did we have? How many double agents did we have? You know, I think it's just that, like, you were all trying to pull the Raza in your own respective directions, all the double agents, and because of that, it all just balanced out.
Yeah, there's
Like,
gotta be some, isn't there? Surely there's some movie or something like that where it's just like, you know, everyone is working at odds with each other and nobody knows it.
Yeah, I'm reminded of that bit in The Simpsons where Mr. Burns has like all the illnesses, and the doctor says, "Okay, so this is your body," and he's got the door, and these are the diseases. This is that. This is that. This is that one. And he tries to stop one, and they're all jammed. And you're like, because of this, this is why you don't seem to be getting sicknesses. So I'm invincible. God knows.
Oh, wow.
One small imbalance, one slight breeze could. I'm invincible. Walks out of the hospital.
I think it's like what you're describing there is like just about any Guy Ritchie movie. A clusterfuck of personal motivations. All right, so
Kratos actually, you know, I think about Kratos probably actually a really good skill for like, you know, like in character, like prototyping.
oh yeah.
Good Willis. Oh, Nox is back. Hello.
Welcome back. All right. Any other thoughts or feedback before I let y'all go?
Yeah. Holy shit! What the fuck is up with Porcelain being Spectre Star? What?
I enjoyed the session. Thank you.
Yeah, it was
Good.
fun.
Glad. I'm glad. It was nice to get everyone involved at least a little bit.
Yeah, it was. And it does feel like we all got involved, you know? Apart from Surrey, but hey.
That's okay.
I mean,
will say-
Siri was alive somehow.
Yeah.
Siri is still an
I will
NPC.
say-
I'm more concerned about you guys as players feeling invested
yeah.
and having
Yeah.
fun.
I am very glad that we finally managed to make contact with Nia Voss and that she's willing to play ball with us. Like, the plan that we originally proposed is not the same as the plan that we seem to have settled on. It hasn't been at any stage, but we're making
Yeah,
it
but
work.
I really like Nia's plan. I was like, oh, I'll bet right on that personally.
I mean, sure, you want to lead the charge?
Yeah, sure. I actually am built pretty because the Ironhide. And I got quite a bit of health.
Yeah.
I'm not much good in a fight, but I can actually take a hit. That's actually why I'm perfectly fine, even though I'm not like a set. Well, I mean, obviously I got my explosives, but outside of that, I'm not great in a fight. I can take hits and I can make explosives. If you need me to do precision,
I was gonna say a
But
grenade.
if you need me to take fire and blow things up, I'm there.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you all. Was very looking forward to this session. So
Yeah.
let's I'm gonna go ahead and close down the stream here real quick.